Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest edition of the Gacha Cast, where today I'll be joined by 8 or 9 other creators, and we're going to talk about everything that's going on in the Gacha space. Controversial, game update, news, drama, who knows? We'll talk about everything, and today I am joined by some wonderful guests, and it's definitely not going to get way too dank. We have Itoma, aka a young Gacha creator who's autistic, who hopefully won't say I ruined his life by not cutting him off when he was yapping too much. Next up, we have Fobmaster, the most Asian Gacha slut in the entire space, with the friendliest, most welcoming chat on the entire twitch.tv/Tectone. We have Glaive Keo, a person who I discovered isn't black today. What a shock. Great CC, the newest S tier Gacha content creator. We have Genazad, the most, I'll be real, he woke up in that bed, rolled out into the chair, living the pound for pound most depressed Gacha content creator in the entire space. We have Shinya, the largest Gacha content creator in the whole space. We have Ellie, a beautiful, perfect, elegant, well-spoken, very intellectual, great at every game she plays VTuber here today. And then we are joined finally by our very own Hoyo Shill Sekapoko, a man who has over 9,000 hours played of Genshin Impact, just to make sure the comments don't say, well, you didn't have the Genshin representative. So all of you Mickey Mouse motherfuckers who are going to say that shit, we do have our Genshin rep. Boys, we have a lot to talk about today. But more recently, I do want to know, and just go around the table. We can start from top to top, right? If you want to chime in, do whatever the fuck you want. This is very free-forming, free-flowing. Say whatever the fuck you want when you want to say it. Interrupt, I don't care. What did everybody think about Wuthering Waves 2.0? And I would love to start with you, Fob.
Oh, me? I thought it was fucking great. I think the new exploration is fucking insane. I am literally addicted to flying. I can't stop flying. I flew everywhere. Actually, if you didn't know, if you didn't unlock Carlota's boss mat or the boss echo, and didn't like unlock that area, you could actually just spam the early access menu and just spam the boss over and over. But I was so dumb and addicted to the flying, I just flew everywhere and then immediately unlocked the boss, so I lost early access immediately.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Damn. Yeah, no, the flying's great. I remember I started it on day one, like minute one, and if you weren't at 60 FPS, you couldn't turn. So like,
Yeah.
I thought the
Yeah.
flying sucked. But like, it was
They
still
just
cool.
fixed it.
Like, I
They
was
literally just fixed it.
Yeah, like I was
nice.
whelmed by it, but then once I actually figured, oh, you can turn on this fucking Mr. Pokey. Good morning, sleepyhead. Welcome.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's good to be back, bro.
Yes, sir. Yo, I added you a little link if you wanted to join the knock, and
Yep.
also I personally did not invite Gacha Smack, so he cannot harass you anymore. Right?
Wait, why?
I'm just fucking with you. Last guest we have joining us is Mr. Pokey, pound for pound, the greatest content creator. Every single morning before I go live, this guy is the fucking man. A recent Hoyo Shill turned Kuro bot. Wuthering Waves saved this man's life. Welcome, Mr. Pokey, to the Gacha Cast.
Hey, what up? What up? What up?
Oh, yeah. Since we got you here, Fob just told us his 2.0 thoughts. What did you think about 2.0, Mr. Pokey?
Oh, I just yapped like a whole lot, like for like 30 minutes. I gave it like a very solid 8.5 out of 10 for everything.
Okay, how is it missing the 1.5?
Okay, I was ranking it based on like music, story, exploration, storytelling, ENVA, story fights, hologram, visuals, Carlota's companion quest. So all that combined into one. Yeah, I think mainly is I feel like there was still a little bit of yap. And I think Carlota's story, it didn't felt as impactful to me. I think these two are the main things.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is going to be a spoiler-free Gacha Cast of the
Oh,
stories.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Spoiler free. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think we would probably all agree that Wuthering Waves 2.0. But again, I'll say a statement. There's a lot of people saying that Wuthering Waves 2.0 is the greatest Gacha update of all time as far as the big titles go. Would anybody disagree with that?
I'm still on Act
Not
1.
really, no.
I'm still on Act 1, so I still have a lot to go. But
Wait,
Act
pause.
1,
I kind of want to ask. Wait, sorry. Does anyone here actually finish the story?
I'm on Act 2.
Oh my god, Genazar, the only
Act
other
three, right?
Western CZ that fit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm not even the
Go out here,
tourist
play the damn
finished it,
game.
man. Oh man.
Okay, to be
Bro, no one
fair,
plays the game, bro. The tourists finished the game before the tour guys.
to be fair, I would have done it,
I
but I was
finished it
CC'd by this Asian retard for 6 hours
Oh.
yesterday, and I couldn't do anything else because I was stuck. Like the whole day, it was awful. But yeah, I'm gonna beat it today, man. I'm gonna beat it today.
Well, fuck you, Poke. I've been full map clearing echoes.
Yep.
Wow.
You
I
rushed
was
it.
Imagine how
underestimating it, bro.
I was playing through it like 7 hours. I thought, oh man, it's just a story. I always skip stories before, but I wanted to play through this one.
Yeah.
But damn, 7 hours and I only got through 2 acts, and I was like,
Wait,
damn,
what?
like
Oh,
Bro,
you
the whole
Good.
thing is
That
like
sounds
6
way too
hours,
long.
dude. What were you doing?
Is it all of it?
Yeah,
7
7 hours
hours?
sounds a
I
little bit
was,
too
I
long.
was, I was taking, a lot of time.
He was
with
taking
it,
it in.
all
really,
in.
just-
taking it in.
I was just, I was appreciating it, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you feel me? Like some angles, like, you know what?
Were you looking at
Oh.
Zany's titties?
Oh, the other, yeah, of course, I was.
Yeah.
Who wasn't?
Okay,
Who
wait.
wasn't, to be
This is
fair?
maybe a small story spoiler, but not really a spoiler. But there's a moment where you first person and Rover. If you get to that moment, you just look down and it's insane. It's actually
it's
crazy.
great.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Dude, I saw
It's
Fob
great.
playing with the big titty mod the other day, or at least he was looking at the clip of the big titty mod, bro. That cutscene with that mod would have gone crazy. Will you get banned if you play with Wuwa mods?
I don't know. Apparently,
Might.
one
I
of
think
my
you might, yeah.
viewers sent me a creator who's in the official CC program that it uses mods. So I'm gonna reach out to them and ask if they got confirmation to.
Yeah, because if I don't get banned for
From
modding
what I
my
know, it
shit,
depends.
everybody's gonna be so much hotter. I
Skyrim
can't-
too.
I'm not using the big titty mod, bro. That shit, like, it's too.
It's too
big.
much. It's too much. Yeah, that's just it's too much.
Nah.
Did you see what I saw?
It's
There
not
was
enough.
a cutscene of Chang Li coming down to Rover, and it's just like, it's just the whole screen's just tits.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so good, man. More is more, man. You can never have too much boobies. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we agree that in some point that the update was great, but because of the way that Kuro Games operates, the thing that I really wanted to ask you guys is, what for y'all didn't hit, and what for y'all didn't hit enough? I'm talking like, I want to get down to the nitpicking of shit that you thought was overhyped, overrated, and the shit that you think still needs work, because obviously the developers are listening, to quote Mr. Pokey, and we should take advantage of that. So does anybody have anything that they think didn't hit as much or was overrated? I'll start with you, Jim Zad.
Yeah,
I really need to
I'm
know
good at
this.
nitpicking. All right.
Yep, I know. I saw
Um,
immediately.
Yeah. No. There's a few things I think could be worked on. The story didn't really do that much for me. I finished the whole thing. It was all right. I'm not going to say it's bad. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
But it wasn't really anything crazy. Didn't really blow me away. It's the starter, though. So, like, I can totally understand that, right? Like, 2.0, it's just beginning the story. Totally
Yep.
makes sense. Pincer movement sucks. I'm just going to be real. They restarted pincer movement like 3. It's not really fun. It's not really good.
Quick question, just to elaborate. So you said the story didn't hit for you. Was there any story in the history of Gacha that you said would hit? Like, what would you set the bar
Yes.
as? Yeah, what?
I would say,
for
okay,
you,
some
what?
stories that I think actually like immediately interest me. I would say Reverse 1999. I would maybe say Nikkei, and I would say the Wizardry game.
Okay, so none of the big four.
Yeah, none of the big ones. No.
Okay, all right. Did
don't think
you,
they hit.
Did you ever do Bellabog and Honkai Star Rail?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I thought it was decent.
Okay, what
It
about?
was way better than Luofu.
Did you ever do the Dragon Spine quest with Eula and Albedo and Genshin?
Yeah, I think I skipped that. I'm gonna be real.
Okay. What about the main story quest? I think version 2.0 with Inazuma and Genshin.
Some of it, yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it.
What about what? Okay. What about 4.0, 4.1 and Genshin with Farina?
Nope, I didn't. Nope, I didn't. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's all good.
I
It's
don't
all
know
good.
that
It's all good.
story.
I'm trying to think of anything. It's like maybe you just don't like the way that the bigger guys.
I think I don't like the storytelling. I think the storytelling is just not very good. There's points where the storytelling is good. Like there's some cinematics they do in Wuthering Waves
Yeah.
that are really good, where they're showing like backstory and they have these like stained glass pictures, and it's really cool. It's
Yeah.
way more engaging than ever seeing the characters. And the characters, they'll use so many words to say so little, right?
Absolutely.
So it's just not really my kind of thing.
Yeah, I
That's all.
totally get that. They yap quite a bit. You were saying about pincer movements.
Yeah, pincer movement, I think it's terrible for every perspective. Casuals constantly complain that pincer movement sucks and they can't get the rewards, and hardcore players don't think it's fun. So basically, it pleases no one as far as I can tell. I don't think people really like it that much.
Okay, for people who don't know, because people were saying in my chat, what the fuck is that? What is pincer movements?
Thank you, God.
Yeah. So it's like this event. This is the third pincer movement thing, but it's essentially like, I guess you could say a recurring end game where you have different levels, and each level you just bring a team in and they have buffs and you clear waves of enemies, and there's a timer.
Oh,
And that's
I
kinda-
liked
it's like
it.
Tower.
I liked it.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
I thought it was like literally. I was like, okay, this is fine. I just go in there, I fucking stomp it. It was okay. You know,
It's
like,
the third one of the same thing. I don't know.
oh
I'm
no,
just
okay,
not really into
you're
the original.
100% right. Okay, if that's me, then yes. I mean, for me, I'm like, okay, it's Wuthering Waves comment. I'm gonna have a good time. But you're right. It is just it's a repeat event. It's uninspired. Absolutely, I agree with you. 100%. I think it is cool that we do have the endless mode where like you can test the limits and fight for the margin of error. It's really good for content creators for endless mode. But other than that, yeah, I would agree that people would say it's just another slop event.
It's another tower, is kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
It's just too similar, so not that interested. Also, Elusive Realm is not in this patch as far as I know, or maybe it's coming out later. But it's just not in the game right now for people. So kind of disappointed you can't use the units in that.
Okay.
Because Elusive Realm is a lot of people's favorite thing. I think that they also, I just want to see more holograms and stuff like that. I like the challenge content. I like things that are really difficult. I love the holograms they added this patch. I would just like to see more.
Yeah. How many of us beat the holograms at max difficulty?
The new ones?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Haven't.
How about solo?
Oh, come on.
Wow, you have ass
Yeah, me and
Yeah.
Jenna, did it.
Yeah, watch
right.
me spend money. Wow,
bunch
watch
of
me
fucking
spend
Western
money.
CCs
You would
in
say you're a
here.
content creator for the game if you haven't done it solo, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
You guys even play the game?
Dude,
I'll
I'll
tell
be
you
real,
what,
bro.
behind
I
your
haven't even attempted max difficulty holograms. I don't care.
Yeah, same.
I
Do
I
you
give
guys walk
Tectone 3
around
hours.
with like a shirt that said
Even
free to
3
play, by the
hours.
way, after?
I should.
I think the holograms
Wuthering
like
Waves
the
is
best
sending
game,
my
though.
shirt because I did it solo.
I
yeah.
1,000,000% disagree. For me, that's not what Wuthering Waves is about. For me, Wuthering Waves' main enjoyment is for me. I like gathering wives and I like exploring. I think the exploration is the funnest in any gacha game.
Fucking Echo Picker.
Well, then you're gonna love 2.0.
Yeah.
Because
Dude,
that's the whole
a
game
lot,
right now.
yeah.
It's insane.
That's what I love. Like, it's so fucking fun. Like, I will mindlessly roam for hours and find shit and just cruising on my flight is great. But
Some of the random events and stuff and like that you just find out in the world this patch are fucking incredible. I don't know if you've done a ton of exploration, but you'll just be coming across just wandering around and you find like a completely new like thing to do. I don't want to spoil anything, but
yeah,
absolutely insane.
yeah.
Some of the
Have you fought
visuals
the-
on them too.
Have you guys fought the plushie mobs, the big plushie and the
Yes.
small plushies? So you know
Yes.
how in Marvel Rivals, Groot picks up
Wolverine.
what's it called? No, not Wolverine. Oh well, yeah,
Jeff.
Wolverine
The
or,
red- the
or
red.
Jeff,
Groot-
right?
Groot, yeah.
So
Jeff
the
and
big
Rocket.
plushie picks up
Yeah.
the small plushies, like holds it on his head, and then sometimes just rolls them out at you like bowling balls.
That's awesome.
Pretty funny.
They have like combo team abilities now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, going
I've
back to
seen
like
that.
nitpicking stuff.
Oh.
They Kuro devs need to go to hologram, and so right now in hologram, if you want to retry, it does.
All right,
you-
there's this
you res-
lag, yeah?
Yeah, you press
There's this
retry,
lag.
and then it goes to another screen where you have to press retry again, and then in that middle screen, your characters just die because you're unable to like
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah,
anything,
yeah.
and then you lose all your energy, and then you have to rebuild energy on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
character.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
why there's two menus to retry. It makes no sense.
Wait,
It's
you've
so bad,
seen this
so
shit, Mr. Pokey?
Yeah. So like basically, it's like if you die and you want to retry, you have to press retry again. So like your characters, they will still take damage. And then if it stands there and your character dies, you lose all of the buffs and like the ultimates. So it gets super annoying if you want to keep retrying this thingy. And specifically for Sentry, there's like this like 1 second or like 0.5 second of like just black screen. So you just can't do anything. And then you just like get yeeted, which is like super annoying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
because the
have
Kuro
not seen
devs,
that.
the Kuro devs never had to retry, so they wouldn't know about that.
All right, yeah, we just do it on the
Yeah,
first try,
yeah.
then it won't be a problem. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Because they're so
Yeah.
epic. Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Kuro Dev should also go back to basic English class because my God,
Oh,
there's so many misspells and
It's
typos and
worse.
shit.
It's worse than 1.0.
Yeah,
I don't understand how the fuck they did it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
No,
know.
that's just how Kuro. It's like a homage, you know, to their PGR days.
Oh, it's a reference.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
reference.
Toy made
Okay.
Kuro, brother.
It's intentional. Yeah, I see.
Okay, so any more nitpicks for 2.0?
Again, I'm go ahead.
Have y'all tried the immersion mode?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
you know the immersion mode, right? Because me and Eastern CC, I always strive to get the perfect B rolls without the UI, right? So what
Well,
I
B-rolls
see is
have to be
that
perfect,
it doesn't.
No,
Yeah,
it
it doesn't
does.
really
For
cover
some people.
everything. Like you can
For some
still
people, it makes
see
it
your
perfect.
UID, you could still see your ping. For some reason, I have to see my ping, and then, well, this one is like for the noobs that forget how to turn off the no immersion mode. Like, yeah. So it doesn't really cover everything. And
I think.
you
Sorry,
have
sorry.
to.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, let Ellie
No, no, no.
speak.
Totally
Let
fine.
her speak. What were you saying,
right?
Ellie? I'm so
Yes.
sorry about them.
There's so much testosterone in here, dude.
I'm so sorry about them.
Sarah's
No,
Twitch,
you're
so
fine.
much.
You're fine. I was being rude. I would like him to finish if he could. Yeah, I was just gonna add to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? You could.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
Holy shit! Someone just talked.
No, you
Okay,
go.
fine,
Oh my
I'll
God, okay,
go.
I hate this.
I
Done.
hate that there is no, or maybe I overlooked it, but there is no like shortcut, Alt Command, like Alt C for them to go in and out of that mode. You have to go back to the menu and then enable it again. Or did I miss it? Is there
You
like
can
a
turn
shortcut?
it off. You can turn it off with like
But
a
you
shortcut
can't
command, but you
return it
can't-
on, right?
Correct. You can't turn it on.
Right,
Yeah.
that is so annoying because
Yeah.
when you enter a battle, maybe you want to look at your loot or where you need to go next, and then I want to keep toggling it on and off, and there isn't that a functionality. I wish it was there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's actually a very, very, very good point. Okay,
Do you mind if I ask a question?
do whatever you want, man. Yeah.
Okay, so I know a lot of people dropped Wuthering Waves over the course of like 1.1234, and like we got all the way to 2.0. Now they got this big thing right now. Can you give me just like a really short thing on if someone was like a free to play player that dropped the game, why would they come back to Wuthering Waves if they feel like a burnout feel or a like just a really negative feel to how the game initially was? What's different now that would like sell a person on that new feeling?
I think I can speak on that because
Yeah.
I kind of left the game after like Shorekeeper came out, around I just logged in for that, but then I just kind of didn't even finish it until
Sure, me too.
like a day after or before the patch came out. I think they really outdid themselves. Like the art is crazy. The art that they put, the music now, it seems like this is their final big or their first big like we listen to everything, voiceover complaints, voice acting, music. I feel like they really listen from the launch of the game because I really haven't ran into any bugs aside from the flying thing with the 60 FPS and 120. Aside from that, I haven't really ran into any bugs that were like felt really jarring. Like when the game first launched, it felt like I'm gonna say it, but it felt almost Hoyoverse quality. Like it's really good because we could say whatever we want about Hoyoverse, but they deliver quality with their games. There's like very little bugs. It runs smooth. So this felt like AAA. This felt really good, not no Temu thing that they felt like sometimes initially when the game launched. The characters, there's not a single character that I don't want to pull on. While running through the story, every character, I'm like, oh my God, I need her. I need the Zelda chick with the elven ears. I need Corlata. I need, Lava. I need all of these characters. It just, I don't know. It feels like a whole new, like Wuthering Waves 2. Like
So
a
would you say like
relaunch of the game.
Would you say the characterization has improved dramatically so that to the point that people like really want to pick it up again and you like the characters and gravitate to them more? Or do they still feel kind of
100%.
empty?
No, the characters feel like I can't put it into words, but they feel like a really outstanding cast now. Like
Cool.
they introduced every class, every new character that's coming on this patch, and I felt like I wanted every single one of them. Like they're all cool.
Yeah. I think the biggest advertisement for Wuthering Waves right now is Genshin Unpacked. Hi, Tectone here. Number one Genshin Unpacked hater. Let me tell you why
Nice.
that game sucks ass. So Genshin Impact 5.3 once again has characters in the story that are not fucking voiced, which drives me insane. Not only are the characters voiced in a gacha game in entirety, oh my God, but they all have new accents for the new zone. And I cannot tell you how immersive that shit is going from, what's the first town in Wuthering Waves?
Raguna.
Oh,
Laguna.
And no.
Raguna.
No. I'm saying the first town in the base game. In the base game.
Shinjo?
Shinjo, yeah.
region.
Going from Shinjo,
Region.
going from Shinjo, I don't fucking know. Going from the first zone to the second zone, and now all of them actually sound different, and they look different, and the environment's different. It actually feels like we fucking went somewhere. Because every zone in Genshin is the same people who sound the same, but now instead of wearing white clothes, they're wearing brown clothes. Now instead of brown clothes, they're wearing
Wait.
blue
Okay,
clothes.
but to
Yep.
be fair, the English voice acting still does sound like we're just all in Europe, because it went from like, you know, like overtly like British like accents to now like, you know, like Italian / like a little
Well,
like hint of Spanish.
I gotta Google this. What country is Italy in?
Oh my
What?
god. No,
Country
you
is-
do
Okay, wait,
not.
is Italy in?
Wait,
Is it actually in Europe?
It's in
He
Europe.
said that.
Italy's in
It's
Europe,
actually in
man.
Europe?
Yes,
That's
That-
not-
It's
that's
not a
just-
country.
you have
It's its
to
own
Google that.
region.
Okay, Jinjo is supposed to be China.
You know,
Was
Europe
that like
is
an
a-
unironic Google?
No,
Oh yeah, I'm dumb.
Literally
I'm
unironic
dumb as
Google.
shit, bro. I'm dumb as shit. Man.
I
Oh,
thought you were being
my
ironic.
God.
Oh my
French.
I 100% thought you were talking about. I thought you were being ironic. Oh
Bro,
my
the
God.
chaos
When
that
was
just
World War
ensued.
II?
Bro, I used to think World War II was in the 1800s.
Yeah,
You're-
Yep.
That
Wait,
way
so wow.
Hey,
wait,
let me ask you a question. I've never left my fucking house, right? Why would I need to know what's happening on the other side of the earth? Why would
You
I
don't need
care?
to know what's happening. You just need to know where it is.
Why do I need to know that?
don't.
Why do I need to know
You
that?
don't
America is the
relative
greatest
doesn't
country. Everything else
happen.
is irrelevant.
Absolutely. Why would I want to know what these dumb fuck brokies are doing, man? The only thing that matters is what happens in America. I don't give a fuck. I'm a Western CC and proud, brother. Fuck them.
there
Don't
it
need
is.
them.
Let him know.
True.
Now, I will
Astral
say-
modulation.
I will say, I do kind of want to go to the water town in Italy that I found out earlier about in my stream. I forget what it was called. Oh, like Venice?
Venice?
Yeah, Venice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
Venice.
Water town.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the
water
water
town.
town.
Yeah, I'm
You
pretty sure
need
it's
to
called
make sure which
Cerulean
co-
City.
Which
Yeah.
country is that in?
Yeah.
As someone who's
The
been,
country of Europe.
it's phenomenal.
What is Europe not a country?
No, it's a continent.
Oh, that's my bad, guys.
Oh
All right,
my God,
Hey,
that's
hey, we're trying here, man. We're
Wait.
trying here.
You suck at geology.
Bro wants to go to
That's
Water
insane.
It's
7.
geography.
Like, dude, it's I wanna go to that place.
Geology.
Yeah, the geology.
bro.
That's
Where's the
rocks, bro. That's rocks.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Wait,
What was
wait,
I saying?
Saint
Real-
wants to join.
Real quick, I just wanted to talk what Sekapoko was saying, like, why should someone come back?
Yes, please.
You guys were talking about the characters and stuff, but honestly, if you completely ignore all the characters, completely ignore all of the story, I would say the biggest thing, and it's not even close, is the actual world they put in 2.0 is absolutely insane. I've played all these open world games. I played Genshin. I mean, I'll just include, I played Honkai Star Rail, ZZZ, Tower of Fantasy, Wuthering Waves, like all those different things, right? Played multiple MMOs as well. And this world is absolutely insane they made in 2.0 because every single area, like every little like quadrant or town is completely different from everything else. Like in 1.0, it was just trees and rocks. That's it. That's all you had in 1.0. This area, every single little place is a completely different zone. It feels like a different continent, like, you know, the country of Europe or something. It's basically like, imagine if you took Genshin and took every single version, so like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and then you made them all tiny and you put one continent as all those little mini things. That's kind of what it feels like.
So I think the vastness of 2.0 is also kind of lends to the flying mechanic that they added. If they didn't have the flying, can you imagine if we just had like the Huanglong area and like the Black Shore? I feel like flying would be really fucking boring because there's not just
True.
giant things. Now with 2.0, like since they added flying, I think they had to make it so much more vast, which works perfectly.
Okay, I haven't seen the flying. So what's up with the flying? I heard one thing about it. How is it?
So you know that
You just
thing that
fly.
you
It
paid?
Did you ever
changes
play
everything.
Microsoft Flight Sim? Yeah,
Yeah.
you just turn into a plane.
Yeah, so that thing
You
that
just
you
fly.
paid $300 for in Genshin Impact, yeah, we got that shit
Yeah.
for free in Wuthering Waves, which is pretty fucking nice.
We're just doing it all the time, nonstop, just
Yep.
flying everywhere. It regens instantly when you hit the
free.
ground. You just go back to flying.
Yep.
Yeah, and you also like don't need to like go really high up. If you just like jump and like if you like know your tech with certain characters, you can just like break into flight out of fucking nowhere. And you can go.
Actually,
You can also go
Jump, plunge,
straight up.
attack, dash, plunge, attack.
Yeah, make very very clear. It is not a glide. It is a fly. Like you can go straight up, straight
Just
down,
boost.
left, right. You can boost. You can barrel roll. Like it's insane.
You know, I refuse to go back to the 1.0 zone. I call it the no-fly
Yeah.
zone because I feel like it's so disgusting to not be able to fly. So I'm like, I'm not going to that place anymore.
Okay, so what you're saying is I definitely
I've
should
neglected that whole
not
place.
play 2.0 area until
Just
I finish the
uninstall it.
1.3 and 1.4. Otherwise, I'll hate life.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's really short too. Like everything in Wuthering Waves is very condensed. Like there's not really any yap quest. Like I think the worst quest in Wuthering Waves are the story quests. I think the number one worst one is the Ling Yang story quest, was the one I didn't enjoy the most. Other than that, the majority of the quests in Wuthering Waves are about 2 hours. Bang them all out. So if you do 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, that's 8 hours. So that's like half of Genshin Impact's like Archon quest for like one update. So like it'll be very, very, very quick.
So I heard new players could just go right to Renacita.
Yeah, but if he
Really?
does that, he won't want to go back. Though.
Exactly. And
That's the point, that's the
that was
point,
my
yeah.
thing,
Oh,
right? If a
okay.
new player is starting on PlayStation or like just starting with 2.0, like,
Yeah.
can you imagine going back to
Yeah,
Huanglong
yeah.
after
No way.
Renacita? I'd be like, no.
Well,
I'm
especially
It's
with,
kind of bad because like you can just skip everything and then like you won't really be that invested in like Camellia, Shopkeeper, or like Changli, everything. Because technically it's like it feels like a different game almost.
Yeah.
So like you could just skip everything and just jump into them. So if
I-
you don't care about like Changli and everything, it's like, yeah.
I would like to
I
also
felt-
go ahead, Ellie, sorry. You're up.
I felt the Shorekeeper patch is not that long, and honestly, I think it's really beautiful. It really sets
was
up.
great.
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
new-
Shopkeeper was
it,
great.
it really
Yeah.
sets up Renacita a patch. So I don't think you should skip that one. That one's pretty short,
Shopkeeper
and
was
it's pretty
really good.
nice.
I got about
Yeah.
half of it done, so that's when I dropped it. So I like it's not like everything. Is there another area region after that or no?
No.
No.
After
no, you
Shorekeeper,
just have
no.
the black
So I just got to do the Shorekeeper part and then go in if I want to play. Okay.
Yeah.
Black Shores is also fucking sick. So we talked about how there's a skip button in Wuthering Waves, and there's not a skip button in Genshin Impact, which is actually going to lead me into a point that I want to pivot into real quick, which is a very viral tweet that blew up lately with a 43,500 likes and 6,000 retweets that says, y'all begging for a skip button in Genshin Impact, don't you know that skip buttons mean that the story is bad? How do we feel about that, Genizad?
Oh, well, you know what? It's so perfect because they're absolutely right. I wanted to skip Genshin's story all the time. It was so bad. They should have added the skip button, man. It was pissing me off. I wanted to get through the game, but I couldn't. So they're absolutely correct, I guess. You know, they should be adding skip buttons to bad stories. They
So-
should have done it, man.
Yeah, and they also
No, but on the real.
they called Genshin Impact and I quote, a story-focused game. That's important to talk about
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. On the real though, the most important thing is that the player gets to play a game how they want it. That's all that really
Yeah.
matters. No, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what the company even thinks because the company's making the game for the player to enjoy. The only thing that matters is the player likes what they're doing. If they want a skip button, they should have a skip button. Because people who want to use it will use it. People who don't want to won't use it. It's literally like the most brain dead obvious thing ever, I feel like. So I don't see how you can ever argue against it. It's just you're literally adding to your game. You're not taking anything away because people get to do what they want.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. I agree. I'm a person that doesn't really play games in general. I know this is a hot take cancellation of me, but I don't play them for story. So if I wanted to come into the game and just go straight into the combat, unlocking the characters and pulling and enjoying the explorative puzzles, I want to do that. And there's good that is an option for me. And every game should have that because there's a lot of people like me who don't give a crap about any story or lore and just want to get straight into the gameplay. And I like that that's an option.
Yeah, I mean, people play games for all different reasons. Like, why wouldn't we give everyone a chance to play the game how they want to? It's exactly like Jenna said, saying, like, it's just a no-brainer. It's very odd that people see that adding a skip button is like an admission of something. That's such a odd take to have.
I mean, it's also like games like Final Fantasy XIV and what Xenoblade also have a skip and summarize. I feel like it's really
And
not that
that's some of the
fucking
best. And they have some of the best stories, like
It
period.
completely obliterates Genshin. To be honest,
Yeah.
it clears all Gacha storytelling. It's really
Oh yeah,
fucking good.
easily.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
been of the opinion, and sorry that I'm late, guys. I got a message from Techie that was saying 9, and I thought it was moved to 9, so that's why I'm a little bit late.
Are you all good, man?
So my bad on that. But I've always been of the viewpoint that when you guys have a skip button, that just means that your story has to be better to account for it, right? It puts more responsibility on the developers. If your story genuinely is bad, if your story is unvoiced, then people, they're not going to have as much incentive to complete it. And so I think we kind of have just been seeing it from 1.3 onward, right? The quality of the story, the storytelling, it's all been increased over time. And there's just simply not as many people skipping those essential components. And especially not in 2.0. I feel like there's not a lot of people that skip 2.0 at all.
I skipped a little
Um,
bit. Not gonna lie. I think 2.0 had.
I skipped
Okay,
all
me
of it.
personally, I think there was some part in 2.0 it was kind of yappy. There was this guy. There's this old guy. Wait, is this spoilers?
No,
Okay,
just be
I
vague.
feel like there was.
I know
Just be
who you're
vague. Just be
talking
vague.
about.
You're good.
There's this old guy. Oh my lord, the entire chunk is completely irrelevant. Okay, but
You mean the
I would say,
balloons? You mean that thing?
yeah. Like
I was
80,
like, what
85%
is this
pretty good.
happening, bro?
Yeah, like it's so out of place, just out of nowhere. But yeah,
I'll look forward to the old man. I'm excited. I'm gonna read every
You're gonna
single. I'm
love
gonna
it.
read every single
you're gonna love
Do a
word
voice.
and just
Do a
say-
voice for it, man.
I will. Oh, it's
Make it an
unvoiced.
event.
Please.
No, it is, but you
Oh,
should
okay.
like make it a whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna read
Make a
everything
day of it.
just to see if it's
If
pointless or not.
developers are also tracking how much people are skipping their story, it basically gives them a metric on if they need to improve certain things. And if a lot of people are skipping certain cutscenes, they know they fucked something up there, and they can go back and say, what can we take away from why people are skipping this specific part in the story?
Actually, I never thought
That's
of that.
actually really cool.
It's huge data to have. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to see my own stats. I want to see how much story percent I've even read. Like, I'm curious about that, actually.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, I think that's one thing that Wuthering Waves really needs to buckle down on. Is I think 2.0 is kind of like the 1.4 of ZZZ, where it's like a soft reboot of the game. Because the BGM for the first major area, not 2.0, like 1.0 to 1.4, very hard time finding BGM that I actually enjoyed. I disliked the BGM for Wuthering Waves so much that I actually just didn't want to exist in the world, which sucks. But now with Marina Sita, I love it, especially the pirate thing that's off the bat. But yeah, it's just been a very good experience. I was going to say something groundbreaking, and it fucking slipped my mind. Fuck!
My bad. I ate it.
That's fine, man. That's fine. But yeah, okay, let me pivot to something else. So, do we all believe that Genshin Impact is by design a story-based game?
Yes.
That's what you spend most of your time doing in the game, right? Like
By
what they
design,
waste
like
your
for
time with.
1.0.
if you're completing all the content in the game, most of it is story, right?
I thought it was a mint picking simulator.
That's what comes
I think
after.
by design, any
I'm going to be real.
game
When you
is like-
compare it to the other... Oh, would you go?
I think any game that has the title RPG is a storytelling game in some capacity.
Really?
I don't know about
Because
that.
like, what about ARPG? Like a game like Diablo or Path of Exile? People don't really play for the story generally.
You don't have
right?
to play for the story, but it has a story. It is the focus of the story.
suppose.
is,
That's my thing. Is like
dependent on
is-
like how you want to do it.
Like, is it a game that has a story, or is it a story-based game?
I think it's a story-based game, 100%.
I think it's a story.
Now,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
saying that because
I think
nothing else in the
story-based.
game is worth doing? Or are you saying it because you think that is how it is by
Yes.
design?
I think it is by design.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I don't think they'll
I
like,
think there's just
give
nothing
us
else
a.
to do.
I think that's why they don't give us like a Spiral Abyss like 13 or 14. I mean they did give Imaginarium Theater, but like it's decent, but they took away. So there was an event. Maybe some people in chat could remind me what it was called. There was an event long
Vagabond?
time ago. That was what was it?
Vagabond.
Yeah, Vagabond. Vagabond was at its time like the most challenging event. Basically, you could at a certain point add buffs to the bosses to make them this strong, but then you don't have to go that far to get max rewards. But you could go further beyond as like if you want to challenge yourself.
That shit was fun as fuck.
And then they nerfed the shit out of it on a rerun. So it does
Variable difficulty is really fun. I agree.
Yeah, so it really makes you question if they even want to make hard challenging content. I think they just want to focus on story. So which for me is like I don't mind it because I just go to ZZZ if I want like better combat.
So so the combat system in Genshin has an inherent flaw in comparison to Wuthering Waves. So there is the elemental reaction system in Genshin is actually flawed when you flip the reactions to the enemy side. So let's just say an enemy was able to react against you. There isn't a way to prevent the damage that's coming toward you in a way that you can negate it without adding resistances. So like, how in Hawkeye Star Rail there's resistances and defense? Well, when the reactions hit you in Genshin, you can't defend against it without using one specific character that everybody hates in Udea, or by just overblowing up your shield. So if you have enemies that consistently react against you, then you have huge problems where they're able to just kill you instantly. And they haven't changed the defensive capabilities of the characters to like accommodate that.
The Magu Kenki with Bennett.
No, there's a local legend dude named Liam. You can really see it on. He hits with like all the different elements. He'll throw like a pyro thing, then a hydro thing. It's like a treasure hoarder, like one of those like NPC looking dudes. And he'll throw something at you, and it does like your entire HP bar with one overload. And you have no defensive mechanic against it. So Wuthering Waves doesn't have that gimmick of a damaging reaction against you that you can't dodge. So if the enemies get too high level, there's a huge issue.
Yeah, but just to verify, nobody would want that.
Yeah, no one would want that.
Okay,
it's an inherent flaw in the combat.
Yeah, that's just horrible.
It's not that much of a flaw if they just don't make enemies do reactions, though, right? They could just not make them ever do reactions, right?
That's what is happening, and that's why the entirety of like Spiral Abyss has not had elemental reactions against you in high frequency. Like the most hated Spiral Abysses are when enemies have two different elements when they're attacking you, and like you get frozen. You're like, this is fucking bullshit. Or you're fighting like a Hydro enemy, and you're applied with Pyro, and you get instant one shot. And you're like, this is bullshit. And
so
like,
you're saying it became stale, kind of?
No, it's
or
a really difficult thing to introduce into the game for their development side so the players find it enjoyable. Otherwise, you get this situation where you're like, you know how like in Wuwa, when we were all doing the holograms when the game first came out, and like you were trying to go in with like level 70, 60 the characters and try to beat it, and everybody's getting one shot, and there's things that you couldn't avoid in the boss that were just like, you had to use a full iframe like that lasted like 2 seconds to get around. It would be like that, but like the iframes in Genshin won't allow you to block these types of abilities.
The game's just not built for it, essentially.
Yeah, it's really it's a really odd thing for the Electro and Dendro reactions in the game.
That's understandable.
Yes, that just sounds like super bad.
Yeah,
so that's why they haven't really put it back in the game.
Well, I'm going to be completely real. I don't think Genshin is at all made for difficulty. And this is going to sound like super crazy doomer hatred take, I guess, but I feel this way about a lot of gachas.
So I've probably said
I think the purpose of Genshin is essentially in a way to waste your time. And I mean, all games are meant to do that, but Genshin does it in every way possible. Traversing the world, you got to run. Oh, you're out of stamina. You want to go up a wall, you got to slowly crawl. When you're talking to NPCs, you can't skip. Just every possible thing in the game sort of is geared towards taking as much time as possible. Because realistically, if an update came out, and this is the same for like Honkai Star Rail, ZZZ, I mean, you know, for the most part, a lot of Wuthering Waves, if you just skip all the story, what's in the update? A new character and like
that you have to pay money
2 new
for.
quests. Like there's nothing. There's no content really in these games when you skip the story a lot of the time. So if they let you skip it, then everyone's just going to be spamming the subreddit like, this worst update, no content. This is so bad, right?
Well, they do that on purpose, right? So they're going with like the old gacha model. Like the more time you spend in a game, the more likely you are to spend money in that game. Yep. It's just facts. That's why they do it.
Sure.
That's kind of how
in the before pre 2.0, my feeling was in Wuthering Waves, I felt like there was nothing to do for a very long period of time. My critique of Honkai Star Rail is that was for a long period of time. Once you finish the start, there's nothing to do for a very long period of time. My critique of Zenless Zone Zero at the start was there was so much bullshit to do for so long of the time that it was exactly like you described. So like, I don't think that any gacha game that is an RPG is immune to this type of thing, and I wouldn't single out Genshin as the only person that's doing.
So, you're absolutely right.
Okay, so my opinion is for gacha games that you cannot play one as a main game. These are not main games. People play them as main games. People play the same gacha for 8 hours a day. It makes no fucking sense. I'm not trying to do that. So you should always cycle between 3, especially if you're a content creator. I think the problem is with Genshin is that it's the out of Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star has this issue a little bit. It's just I think it's fair to say it's very, very slow in every regard. It's very slow. And there's also a lack of autoplay as well.
What do you mean by very slow?
Okay. The story, incredibly yappy. The grinding will take longer because there's no auto. Now, there are some things that you can kill very quickly. The combat, there is a lot of times where you are taken out of it to where your character is frozen and or one shot, and the content relies on bullet sponge mechanics to where it's less about doing the fight and more so just overcoming the fight with stats.
Oh, but that's most gacha though.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so you say that's most gacha. So out of
Yeah.
Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail and Wuthering Waves, which one of those games has all of those? Not some of those, all of those. The problem is
No,
it has all
I
of
meant
those.
the overcoming in stats.
Yeah. Every gacha.
Sure. Well, almost every. I think the problem is that the skill ceiling and the skill floor for Genshin are very close. Whereas games for Wuwa, they're very different. Like for example, I got in a call
Well,
with saying
you
Totas.
think that, but
Uh-huh.
I've met the average So I've had the like I guess the fortune to go to like game conventions and invited by Genshin to like play
Sure.
with the average player, right? These
Not
people
anymore, man.
are I haven't been invited for Genshin for anything for a million years, but these people are the average Genshin player is they're really bad.
Yeah,
And
they're
I think
dumb,
that's
of
not
course.
just
They're
the average
horrible.
I think that's just the average gacha player,
Well,
right?
that's
They're
any
just
I
game
think that's
player.
average
Yeah,
any
game
game.
player.
they don't have hands. Like
Yeah.
it's bad.
I mean,
So
you and I both acknowledge we've been playing with Marvel Rivals. We're both Plat.
Yeah.
Plat is better than 97% of people who play the game. You and I both got there in less than 20 fucking games.
yeah.
I think the majority of gamers are fucking shit. Absolutely.
Okay, first off, is Marvel Rivals good? Because I've been
amazing.
hearing like
Yes.
mixed things.
It's
Yes.
amazing.
Everyone loves it. It's
Oh,
a
it's
solid game.
Better than Overwatch. Better
It's
than
like the new
It's
League of Legends.
aight.
It's easy
It's
to get
aight.
into.
Ellie,
Okay,
you
I
would
will say,
like it
though,
if you
It's
played it with
Overwatch
me.
if devs listen.
I don't know how many of you guys played Overwatch at like season 1, season 2. Like
I did.
Yeah, I played Overwatch.
I
was
did.
really fucking good back
It was
then.
really
That
good.
Yeah, it was.
I know a
so
lot
fun.
of people saying it's better than. I think it's
Yes.
better than Overwatch now. I think
Yes.
Overwatch on
Overwatch
release
1.0 was crazy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fucking
it's
Overwatch
very good.
release.
It's very
was
Better
good.
than Overwatch's
I
current
feel a
state.
little bit different about that. I feel
Okay, so-
like playing Marvel Rivals is like playing a Temu version of Overwatch.
No, Ellie, I'm sorry.
No, I
You're
think
just,
it's
you're
improved.
ignorant.
What
No,
do you
but,
mean by
but
that?
hold up though. I like
I
the
don't
play it, so
game,
I'm gonna say.
and I've been having a lot of I like the game and I've been having a lot of fun, but I do feel like it needs more polish. Like
In what way?
Yeah,
I
what
like
polish?
the,
I
the
like
characters
polish.
don't feel rooted to the ground. They're like glidey. It's like it's got this weird feeling. There's like bugs to the game still, and I don't know. I just don't feel like
Be
it's got the
specific.
polish.
Who's gliding? If you're playing Luna
Oh,
Snow,
and let me
that's a
talk
perfect
about
fit.
the voice acting.
It's
Iron
amazing.
Man.
It's amazing.
Holy shit, the voice
so-
acting is so bad. And
You're-
it's just,
So
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. You're
Oh my
just
God.
wrong.
I have to change that automatically to Japanese initially because the voice acting in English is so dog shit.
Orewa
Damn.
brutal.
what are you comparing it to for it to be dog shit? 'Cause I don't play the game, so
Overwatch. Overwatch has
Oh.
Overwatch is it's like a AAA game. It's got that polish.
It
It's
is.
got the background music. It's got the voice acting. It's got the little lore between the two
Got
characters.
the porn. It's got the hentai. It's got the.
It's
wolfish-
got all
Holy
that.
shit.
Yeah.
It's got
Honestly,
everything.
bro.
I mean, I know it's cool to hate on Overwatch and stuff because it's a Blizzard, number one, right? Hate Blizzard and everything Blizzard does. So it's cool to hate it, but I mean, the polish is there.
To be fair, it's also cool to hate NetEase who did Rivals. Like people hate
Probably,
NetEase.
yeah.
People
You're
hate
right.
on them hard. Yeah.
I'm not trying to say Marvel Rivals is a bad game. It's a
Yeah.
good game, but we don't need to shit on Overwatch.
You know what?
To like, you know what I mean?
You
I
know
don't
what? You're right, Ellie. And guys, you should download Overwatch today using code Ellie in chat. Hit
What
that
the-
link. She gets 15% for every download. Thank you, Blizzard, for sponsoring that.
I don't
take.
think we need to shit on Overwatch. We need to shit on modern Overwatch. Like OG Overwatch is great, and to like
on all
what you mean
Blizzard.
by what you mean by like floaty. I think I could maybe kind of understand that because in Overwatch, if you're playing like Roadhog or Reinhardt, you feel
Like a weight.
hefty, you feel slow.
You feel
right?
solid. You
Well,
feel
meanwhile,
like
if you're playing
Yeah.
Brute or Strange or Venom, I'm fucking you're
you're kind of gliding
smooth as
like on
much
ice
as, like-
skates.
So I get that, but like I don't think that's an intrinsically bad thing.
Just the
And
way
it
the
might not be
equipment
bad.
feels.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah.
have you guys done pubs in Marvel Rivals yet or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so like is there a voice chat enabled in the game for pubs?
Yes.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Are they like complete asshat people that are like the dregs of society and you're like, holy shit, these people need to
Yes.
go
That's with any competitive game.
But
though.
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Council.
It also depends on the rank.
That's
Plat
what
is where they
makes
get
it
really
great.
racist.
Great. All right.
Yeah. So if you're a
Pretty much
minority,
similar to
just skip on Plat voice. It's bad.
Yeah.
The racists are really good at the game, I guess.
They are very good at the game. I don't know. Maybe they know
Got
something
it.
we don't.
So it's a lot more fun with friends.
Yes. If you
Yeah.
play,
being
if you
great game with
play
friends.
any group game by yourself, that's just sad. Like, that is sad, bro. Group up, get a party of 6. I'll play with you anytime, man. I'd love to play with anybody here. So yeah, what I wanted to say is that the skill floor and the skill ceiling for games like Genshin are very close. Same thing with HSR. I honestly feel that way. I feel like the difference between autoplay and manualing HSR, it's honestly like there's a difference, but it's like 20%. Mr. Pokey would probably disagree, which is why I hate how he's not here. Because I want
Did
to
we
talk
wait for him
about
to
this.
leave before saying that? I was about
I
to
mean,
say.
Yeah.
okay, so like
I think
the
that
more free to play you are, and the more like resource intense like problems that you have, the more that's not true. But the more that you spend money, that there's a little difference. But like,
Not well. The
I'd
thing
say
is,
30 or 40, but not like 20.
Honkai
The
Star
certain-
Rail's combat is not hard. It's the team building and before the fight.
Absolutely.
The actual fight
Yeah.
itself is easy as shit. That's why he's saying like auto is like so simple too. It's
Yep.
any turn-based
It
game.
w-
It's about before the fight. I would
100%.
it would be true if certain characters did what you needed them to do when you press the button.
I
Like-
think the issue with Honkai Star Rail is you get less and less incentivized to vertical invest in HSR because just like it does feel like power creep kind of hits hard over there.
Yeah.
And that's something that
Well,
I
because there's
don't
no
know
depth.
how
That's the-
people
that's the
aren't
one
complaining
thing.
about. It is actually
it's so
fucking
annoying.
horrible.
Like,
Mr.
the
Pokey,
reason
because you're a resident HSR guy here.
Yeah,
The power
sure.
creep of HSR feels fucking terrible right now.
It
It's
does.
pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay, great. Okay, we're on the same page. All right, never mind that. All right. Hey, hell, fuck yeah.
Take.
So, but
Well,
while
really quick-
you were gone, Mr. Pokey, I did have a take where I said the skill floor to the skill ceiling is very close in games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail.
I thought damage. My bad.
Oh, you're all good. And so I wanted to say is, we believe that the majority of skill in Honkai Star Rail comes before the fight. They're preparing the characters, they're building the teams, and like getting the proper builds on them.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, okay, then great. Okay, hell yeah, easy peasy.
Oh, okay, yeah, easy.
So
yeah.
I get scared to talk around that game around, so I just want to make sure the HSR God approves. All right, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's just a
just
spreadsheet
really-
simulator.
Really quick related to
keep going
Honkai Star
with
Rail,
your
though.
point. Oh,
Yeah.
The reason why that game got so boring, I think, and why it has so much power creep is because there's no depth, right?
Yep.
Agreed.
Like the element system doesn't even matter anymore. They removed the only thing that was depth in the
that
entire
shit
game.
made me
so
so
now
angry.
now it's just Acheron kill whole team because it doesn't really matter what the enemy is. It will kill literally everything, right? and that's
well,
just kind of how the game works. That's
now
they need to
now
add
super
more.
break.
Yeah,
Well,
they need to just
like,
add more
That's his
mechanics.
point. Yeah.
They're adding back in like apparently anti super break, and so
Yeah, and
Okay,
then
then
they're just
somebody
gonna add
will
in true damage.
One of the
What?
elements that I found really
What?
frustrating about the
What?
game was how they would basically like every set number of patches, they would really force in a new mechanic. First, it was follow-up attacks. Then it was like break.
Well, actually, it was Dot. Dot was the first big one.
True, but they killed that one in the crib.
I know, and it's broken my heart ever since.
They killed that one in the crib. It's gotten
Kafka.
absolutely no support, and it's just they seem to like force forward like just some new mechanic and just ham-fist it into the combat, into the story, into the bosses in every single way. And you're kind of just like, what was the point of like me E2ing Blade or E2ing Sela? Like these characters are just absolutely fucking worthless dog water at this point. And what is the point of me pulling on any of these new characters when they're just gonna get power crutched by the next new mechanic that's coming in? Now it's summons.
To be fair, this is why back when HSR came out, and there are a lot of people glazing the like how generous HSR was, which I agree. Like I think the quality of life that HSR devs gave us like at release compared to Genshin at that time was like head and shoulders above, way better, right? But the issue is I never thought HSR was generous because at the rate they pump 5 stars. Because the amount of FOMO you get and the amount of power creep that will incite, I was just like, this is just like, you think it's generous, the game's generous, but they're trying to take as much money from you as possible with this maximizing FOMO. So yeah.
So like I talk about this too. Like there's a the value of the Stellar Jade is lower than the value of the other gacha games currency because it doesn't last as long when you spend it. So like if you buy a character, right, for let's just say 10,000 Stellar Jades, that character lasts 6 months versus you buy a character in another gacha game and they last 2 years or some shit. So So the value that you have has longer staying power.
Yeah, like Ellen Joe versus Miyabi is.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Like that shit sucks.
I will have you know, Ellen
Oh
Joe
my
still clear shield
That is
defense
insane.
She's still
completely
clear.
fine.
She's
It's
still clear,
fine.
but
It's
bro,
fine,
the
absolutely,
the
yeah.
amount
Like the
of
difference is night and day for
the
that.
amount
Yeah.
of like
It is-
work you have to
yeah,
do with
yeah.
an Ellen Joe team versus a Miyabi team is just like
Bro,
eh.
Miyabi's
yeah.
solo is like as strong as an Ellen Joe team. Like
Yeah,
just
Miyabi-
Miyabi solo can fight
Yeah,
like
that's
everything by
ridiculous.
herself. It's insane. It's not even
Yeah,
close.
ZZZ is going crazy with that power kick too.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
why I'm so
Well, I think
surprised.
Miyabi's a special case, though. I think
Yeah,
they
that's a
wanted
one
1.4 to
character
be like.
thing.
I mean,
Well,
Miyabi is a
they
void
might keep
hunter,
doing
so
it.
she's literally
with
like at the
ZZZ,
tier of
it's-
like a.
So she's Acheron? Oh wow, I've never seen
Yeah.
that trick before.
the one thing I'd be concerned about is just like, why would I ever pull another DPS ever again, knowing that they're not a Void Hunter and they're just gonna get binned like Ellen Joe the second that the next Void Hunter comes
Because
out.
they'll
Yeah.
add enemies that are anti-Miyabi or something, so then you need to pull them.
Yeah.
It's like I would never pull a DPS character or another character for 2 years until I get the Archon. Wow, I've never done that before.
Yep. That shit is so.
That's why I'm so happy with Wuwa and how like Carlotta is like pretty similar to like Jinji and Camellia.
Legit,
Like,
same power
I'm
levels. as
pissed.
Camellia.
I wish she was better. Fuck those.
Yeah, I
Make her
kinda-
broken,
yeah,
dude.
to be fair, I wish she was better as well.
Invalidate
All right,
the
all right.
other thousands of dollars I spent.
I will be
Okay, so
real.
wait, wait.
I have her as
2 million
S3.
damage.
I couldn't even imagine her being better. I've never thought, man, I need this character to be stronger. I'm just like, oh, okay, this gameplay feels nice.
All right,
Fucking
wait.
Western CC, you needed 3 more copies to kill stuff, huh?
Fire,
All right,
puppy,
wait,
man.
so-
Fire.
I've been playing Wuwa free
Nuclear
to play.
skill issue.
I didn't play. I had Chang Li. How is Chang Li in comparison to
Oh,
the
God.
new 2.0
Oh,
characters?
don't talk about
Six
Chen Li here, Sen. Don't
Don't
hate
talk
her.
about that
Don't
character.
hate Chen Li.
I don't think
Basically
Chang Li's
the
like.
same.
A
Like, that was the only character
traditional,
I
like-
actually liked out of the Wuwa cast and 1.0 cast characters. Like I liked
Am I
her a
crazy?
lot.
I think
So like,
Chang-Li-
is
I
she
think
still
Chang-Li's
good
fine. I
or
think
like
she's
what's the deal?
great.
She works
I think
the same
she's
as
fine,
she's
but like I wouldn't compare them one to one. Like Chang Li's much more quick swappy than Carlotta.
Yeah, but
You
I
have
mean,
to have,
she's,
like,
she's still
quad-
good.
Does
Yeah,
she get
she
best
has
friends
fun.
yet? Like, does she have friends you can swap to now?
Not they
Not yet.
haven't really no.
They don't have a character
She
that
doesn't have an
truly
optimal
Not a
partner.
best in slot.
Playing her, you have to have like 4 to 5 times the APM of like every other team just to have her at like a functional level in comparison to other DPSs.
Okay,
I use
so
Chang Li with no quick swapping.
So,
She
so what
was
you're
fine.
saying is they
That's
lowered
what
the
I'm
skill
saying,
cap of
listen,
certain
you're-
characters in Wuthering Waves?
your requirements for what's functional is so fucking high. It's
You have to
insane.
kill the hologram 6 in 3 seconds or it's shit. But
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Chang Li, I use Chang Li like as a main DPS. Works totally fine. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a decent example. Like I think she can clear pretty much everything totally fine just by herself as the main
Yep.
DPS.
Let's keep in mind, Genocide has also cleared the hardest content in the game with Chisha on cinematic mode. All right, so he
Nah,
knows what he's talking about.
Chisha's just cheating because it's
She is.
did you know Chisha's
Of it-
dodge? Did you know Chisha's level 1 dodge counter is stronger than Carlotta's level 6
It's like
dodge counter?
twice as strong.
What?
It's
It's so
literally-
ridiculous. I saw that too. I was
Chisha-
talking about that.
yeah.
What the fuck is
So
she
Chisha's
Chisha
dodge
just has-
attack does 25,000
This is why I've been
damage for me
telling
every
Why is
time.
it so fucking
This is why
hard?
I've been telling people why Chisha's like the go-to for solo people because it's just really has an abusable dodge
Hey,
counter.
that was my
that's
thing, man.
ridiculous
Yeah,
damage.
like
crazy.
her
She's
and
so
Danjin-
fucking strong on dodge counter. I was like, dude, please let other characters have nope. This one, nope. This one, nope.
Okay,
but-
Fob, do it then. I literally soloed it with fucking Carlotta.
Yeah, he already sold
2.0
a 5-star
character?
S6 character, guys. It's the same
It's
thing.
S0. It's S0, motherfucker.
Nah, cap.
Wow.
Oh, it is S0 right now. I'll screenshot it.
She's just
Watch the
S0.
like the new character that comes on the Wuthering Waves will be like the best dodge counter character ever and kill Chisha. It's the next gun character.
I hope so.
No.
Fuck Chisha.
The thing is, Chisha and Danjin, who are kind of like the dodge counter abusers, as I like to call them, they're like the best solo characters because of that. But in a
Yeah.
team setting, they feel like dog shit to play.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
They feel awful to play in a 3-person team. So
Nah,
it's
nah,
like,
nah.
I mean,
Chisha with
like-
Chang Li.
Yeah, Chang Li,
That feels
I
bad
had
to
fun with
play.
that. But
Chisha
like,
is
that-
actually
this was a
pretty
free-to-play.
cool. Like if you play her with a Spectre Rover, because Spectre Rover outro skill slows time, and then you can just like hold the skill and do, you know.
Oh, hey,
You're
did they
biased, though.
add
Look
the
at your
constellation for
picture. Wait a
Havoc?
minute.
Did they
What?
finally add the thing, whatever the E6 or C6, whatever it is in for Havoc Rover yet, or no?
I think
I
we
don't think
just
so.
got another, but I don't know how many we have.
We're still
We've got
a couple
S5.
patches away. Yeah.
Take so long
Sorry, somebody.
for Havoc
Sorry.
Rover.
Oh, somebody's exploded. I think
hear
we've,
it echoing down the tunnel.
yeah, I think
Oh,
we've
am I
talked about this
echoing really
topic
No,
a
it's not bad.
fine
Sorry.
amount. So we're gonna move on to the next thing, which is the big controversy, which is the Jinshi versus Hu Tao skin. In case you guys are unaware, there is a new skin put out for Hu Tao. The cheapest it can cost is $10.50, and the Jinshi skin we just put out, the cheapest it can cost is $21, with the most expensive it can cost being $45. Does anybody have any thoughts on this matter? I've already beat this into mindless tedium, but yeah, anybody have any thoughts or concerns or comments?
So I only saw the Jinshi scene briefly. It looked like it was pretty high quality. But the price tag seemed pretty high.
So it's $21 if you have the top up bonus and the discount. It has a new weapon, a new skin, new voice lines, new animations, new idol, profile picture, and banner.
So wait,
is it
it's got
without the
new
discount?
animation.
How much is it
Dude,
without the
it's-
top up bonus?
So
Sorry.
without
Weapon
top
coding
out,
is insane.
without and without the discount and the top up, it's 45. If you get it with the discount and the top up, it's 21.
My brain just rotted when you said everything. When you said she did. Can you say that again? What does she do?
Okay, so new skin, new weapon skin, new idol, new animations, new profile picture, and new banner. I believe is everything.
Profile
Did you say the
banner.
weapon
And
skin
new Echo
too?
skin.
Yeah,
So the weapons
the
it's new
weapon
skin?
skin as
You
well.
just said-
Weapon skin as well.
You said new voice, but I don't know if that
Yep.
is true.
I don't think that's true.
So also new
Okay.
Echo skin for Jue.
So
Okay,
essentially,
He's pink, yeah.
Oh, I
so
didn't
it's
know that. Wait, that's
essentially
cool.
like
Wait, the Jue Echo turns pink too?
No, I don't
No,
think
not the
turns
Echo.
pink.
Sorry.
Not
By
the
new
actual
voice
animation.
lines, by new voice lines, I meant new sound effects.
so it's like a new color palette on
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's all
existing
pink
thing.
things, like sakura petals and stuff everywhere, and lanterns appear. Yeah.
Okay, so
think-
it, go ahead.
I think the design of it is not my taste, but I really fucking dig that they added so much to that though that it makes me want to support it and buy it. I don't like the way it looks, but the fact that you can do this, the animations of your character change to like this blossom pink fusion, that's kind of sick, dude.
Yeah, I like the Jinshi skin. I think the one gripe I have is that I can't take the pink weapon and use it on like Calcharo because it'd be
Wait,
funny.
you can't?
No, it's a
Yeah.
Jinshi
Oh, that's sad.
exclusive.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
sad.
that,
The
I'm-
weapon
that
skin.
actually sucks. I'm a little disappointed in that.
That would be
I
the
didn't
main
know that.
feedback I'd give to the devs on that. I think
Yeah.
overall the skin looks amazing. I personally don't like the skin that much because I don't like Jinxie or I don't like playing her that much. So I feel like I'm like if I bought a skin for her, I just wouldn't be using her that often because I think she's a little
Mhm.
boring to play.
Not fun. Yeah,
Um,
for me.
Yeah, and the thing
Same.
is, with the weapon skin, it not being equipable on other characters does feel like a bit of a miss because why can't I be Pink Charo or like Pink Gion
Exactly.
or like Pink Lumi
Yeah.
or like all these other characters because it just feels like an additional bonus because it is like a bit of an investment, especially if you're not buying it with the top up, you're buying it without the discount. It feels like it's something you just should be able to do because, well,
And you don't know it
not
ahead of
weapon-
time either. It
Yeah,
doesn't say. I don't think. I didn't even know.
says
I
it-
thought
it
I
says
could
it in
use
the
it.
I have a
preview.
question.
It said it in the
Mm.
preview.
Yeah, it
of the
did say
weapon
it.
on the website.
So-
but I was just like, we should just put feedback in and get it equipable on other characters. It
So if the
doesn't-
devs listen and then they made it equipable, what would be the price tag that would be acceptable?
I
They
think-
shouldn't
for
change
any
the price
character.
tag.
They
They
should
shouldn't
change
Like
change
if
the
the
price tag.
Yeah,
Because
just keep it
like let's just say that they have to design animation work for every single character, right? And they have to change
They
up the
wouldn't need to,
animations.
They
though.
wouldn't have to.
It's
It's a
just
weapon.
just need a
skin.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to.
It's
They already
just
have
like,
it just
weapons.
looks
They-
like
different.
if you
the
use
valid-
Jinshi's
yeah.
weapon, it would be like the same thing almost.
The weapon is
Right.
just pink. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
It just changes the effects to like Sakura stuff too, but they wouldn't have to actually do any animation work at all.
I will say I actually think the Hu Tao skin's cute. Like I don't mind it.
I don't think,
I
I
actually
don't
think the
think, I
Hu
don't
Tao
think it's
skin looks
$10,
better
dude.
than Jinshi's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
Wait, what'd you say?
You are.
shit.
There's
Chicken
no
free.
way you mean that. There's just no.
I,
way.
I'm with Tectone on this one.
Yeah.
You,
don't know.
you,
You guys-
lazy
guys-
as fuck.
Okay,
That's
I
so
think that
lazy.
Wait, you want to know
You know,
why
I mean,
I
just
don't listen
visually,
to any
just
of your
design.
guys' opinions? Because you guys play like two fucking gacha games and they're both by Kuro and Hoyo. Okay, play other fucking gacha games. You have to spend $50
Dude,
to get
Naga
remotely
skin,
anything
though.
decent.
Okay.
That Naga skin's
Once again,
crazy.
He's saying you guys not to make. Because
That
Fob
one
knows I
was
play
insane.
more gacha games than him. He just doesn't. Okay. Hey, I don't see Fob on Cookie Run, brother. Okay, you don't know shit. till you play Cookie Run, brother.
Cookie Run is dope.
Hey, Bob, this
Yes,
is my
sir.
viewpoint
Wait.
on it. Hoyoverse is a company that literally makes billions of dollars, has tons of people on the team to like model and design all this stuff.
Sure.
If they're releasing a limited skin and they release one a fucking year, they could try.
oh no, I agree. It could be way better.
100%.
It could be way
They
better,
could
but
try.
I think I think I
Hu
could still say it's cute.
That
Like, I
Hu
think
Tao
it's
skin
cute.
should be free.
No special animations, no special effects, literally just a new outfit. If they release one fucking skin a year, premium skin, they could try.
100%.
Yeah, but
100%.
I don't think $10
All right,
is that bad, honestly.
All right, so let's
Really
look at
don't
this.
look much.
Does the Wuthering Waves price tag of this skin sell the Hu Tao skin more because
Yes.
it's cheaper?
Oh no, fuck no, hell no, absolutely not. $10 for
'Cause-
dog shit? Absolutely not.
Okay, so like to Fob's point, Fob said if you play other gacha games, this is like, like it's actually a cute skin and it's pretty cheap. That's not that expensive, right? So
Yeah.
if you look at it in that lens, it's like, okay, wait, I could get this skin for $10 if I can afford that, or I can get this other skin, but it's like 40. I don't know if I want to get that one. So like as a person that would play
Well,
multiple
it's not-
gacha games,
it's
you would
not 40.
pick, right?
It's 21.
What?
It's $21.
21 right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the reason I say like, so for $10, like I think it's cute. Could it be way better? Could they give us something really fancy? Yeah, 100%. I don't know why Genshin doesn't give us more 5-star skins, which I mean like gold skins, which to be fair, the last one they made was the Diluc one. I think it's ass.
Yep.
So they 100% should, but I still think Hu Tao's cute. But the way I'm like gauging this, right, price wise, is Nikkei has some pretty stock standard booty skins that are like $20 with that battle pass.
Okay, so let me.
And-
okay, so then for this question, on your point,
Yeah.
why is Zhang Ling's skin free, and why is Hu Tao's skin $10? It's the same
Who the
quality.
fuck knows? I think Shangling skins ugly as fuck.
I think they're the exact same quality. I think it's all
Yeah.
preference. It's the fucking. They're both 4-star skins.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
1000%.
If
And even,
anything,
the
I
Ganyu
would
and the
pay
Shina.
more for Zhang Ling's skin because she's more accessible to more players. Yeah, the Hu Tao skin.
Now
just-
she ugly.
Can you
She's-
buy these skins with the free gems, or do you have to
No.
buy the gem
Yeah,
pack?
it's fine.
Genesis.
No money.
No, you need Genesis.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think there's something that we're not really talking about and we're not really acknowledging is that the fact that for both of these skins, and this is both a predatory practice that both the companies is doing, you can't spend $10 to get the Hu Tao skin. You have to spend 30. You have to get the $30 pack to be able to afford it. Same thing for the Genshin skin. You have to spend $50 to be able to get the gems to afford it. I think that's something that we we should be talking about more. It's such a bullshit predatory practice that you literally have to spend money in the game to get these skins.
Yeah, but that's all
The
gacha.
strat- the
That's
strat is
Okay,
to
so, like,
actually
You can't walk into
buy-
the casino and
buy a
complain that
bunch of
they're
monthly passes. Buy
Okay,
like
so,
10
like-
monthly passes and then buy the skin.
Yeah, you
Well,
can do that.
that's
for
still
Genshin.
$50. What I'm saying
Okay,
is,
$50,
bro, you have
still
to
the
wait
same
so
amount.
long. At that point, just get a job and then just buy the thing. I gotta wait like
Hell
2
no,
months to get
brother.
that fucking skin, man.
get a
Like, I was
job.
Like
Okay, so-
one day mowing a lawn was gonna give you that damn skin faster than the monthly pack at that point.
Yeah, fair.
I mean,
Like,
I will
I-
say, I do think I think it's fair to ask this amount of gems or this amount of currency, like they do with every other pack in the game. So I think that's fine to ask for.
Okay, biggest problem with the Genshin skin though, it should just be $21 forever. There shouldn't be any you need a top up bonus. There shouldn't be any FOMO, like if you don't buy it right now, it's going up in price. People have like charts of like 6 different ways to buy it. It's like this is what it's like if you wait, but you have the top up bonuses. This is what it's like if you have these top like
That's
that shouldn't be
gotcha.
needed. I know,
I
but like
100%
it should
agree.
just be $21 forever, and I think that is completely fair price for what you're getting. I think that is.
I
So
agree.
here's my alternative, and I would love for chat to weigh in on this as well. Chat, would you prefer that the discount period ends and now you can buy it whenever you want forever? Or would you prefer the skin comes out, it runs its period, and then once the period is over, it goes away?
I
Because
want it
that
to go away so you fucking losers that didn't play it this time don't have it, and I do. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
agree with Fob.
Yeah, suck it, free to play.
I don't think it's anything, ladies and gentlemen.
That actually makes it more special, bro.
That's
yeah.
right.
I would actually buy it if it was. I'm gonna be real. They would get me.
It's a limited skin? Yes. Clearly.
I'm
$500 Baker skin.
yeah, what's up,
I'm
Ellie?
gonna be the odd, I'm
true.
gonna be the odd one out here. I don't understand why it has to be either or. Just put a price
Yeah.
tag, no discounts, leave it there running forever.
Okay,
Okay.
so
because it's
Because these
I guess
companies want they want your money.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's time. It's time to change. You know, well, what's
Gacha
up
is
with
not
this?
gonna change.
Well,
I know
if
it's
you
not,
want,
but I want that to be the narrative. I don't want that.
Me
What
too.
what do you prefer, this or? And I want the narrative to be, hey, stop screwing up people with FOMO and shit. Put
True.
the shit in the fucking place and leave it there.
how
It's not
would you
gonna
like to
change
get
until-
fucked today,
Okay.
sir?
Well, let's do this
Yeah.
from the other side then. Like from the other side of the coin, if you were working at Hoyo or Kuro, right?
Yeah.
And you wanted to be not scummy but make tons of money on this skin, what would you do?
I would probably keep it year round, but put it behind gacha boxes.
I would make it so insanely good that everyone who has that character says, if I don't have it, I'm an idiot.
I will say,
Yeah.
we talk about other games being greedy with their skins, but like, have you played Cookie Run Kingdom? Because in that game, you can't even buy skins.
Are you sponsored?
Are you sponsored?
Yeah.
No, the
Like
game
the
is
third
really
time-
good. Dude, you have to roll
He's
for
shitting
skins.
on the game right now, technically.
Yeah, like you have to roll for skins. And like all they do is they get added into the skin pool and you have to roll for them. It's so fucking
I mean, just
bad.
look at Riot with their $500 Ari skin and the $400 Jinx skin.
Yep.
Like, they're making money hand over
There's
fist
a
doing that.
$400 Jinx skin?
Yes.
Wait, talking about
New
skins.
thing.
Did you guys hear Azurlane's removing like 5 of like some of their prettiest
Yeah.
skins because some
Really?
loser reported it to Google Play
Fucking
saying
losers.
that
I hate them.
it's 2 Coomer for a 12+ game. So, which I mean, technically they
What
are,
race?
but like
What race was he? Who said it? What-
nobody who knows. Nobody knows who reported it, but
Nobody knows the guy.
They got
Like,
flagged by
dude.
Google Play's like policy system.
Whoever
so.
he belongs to, I'm shitting on in perpetuity. If you guys want to talk about a company that's actually making positive changes for the gacha world, and you don't want to suck Kuro's dick, Ananta, a developer interview came out, and get this shit. So for the cosmetics that they're adding into the game, which they've already confirmed that you're going to be able to collect outfits in the world as well as purchase them, they are going to be usable on every single character of the same gender.
Yeah, and you can mix and match.
Yes.
So that's that's the Project
That is
Mugen
insane.
rename, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you're gonna, if you have like a cute skirt, take it to one character, put it on the fucking thick Latina. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put it on anybody, it'll bend to their curves. It's gonna be fucking insane.
I did hear
is
the
anyone-
combat is mid though.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
really cool.
I mean, is anyone else
Apparently
actually
it's a really rough
nervous?
game.
Is anyone else actually nervous about that game? They're promising so much, man.
know.
I
I don't believe it.
It's a video game. Why do we have
It's
to be
looking
nervous?
too good, bro.
If the game actually looks like what the trailer is showing, I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna not actually work on the fucking phone. If you thought Wuwa
Oh,
had a
for
rough
sure.
launch, I feel like
Good.
that game is
Yeah,
gonna
no.
crash.
Well,
it.
phone now.
So
here's
it's
the
UE.
difference.
So it's UE5.
Ex-
Who was
Guys, at
UE4?
PC?
Yeah.
And apparently the test people said that they basically Ananta have seamless cutscenes, and that was causing like i9 1400Ks with RTX 4080 Supers to crash. So
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
I thought is Ananta not Unity?
no, it's Unreal Engine 5.
Okay, let me double check. You might be right. Let me just double check because I thought I heard something different. But yeah, keep going.
Unity's
they're-
Genshin or Unity's Wuwa?
No, we're
Yeah,
talking about
Well,
Ananta.
Yeah, it is UE5. Fob's right.
Wuwa's
Yep.
UE4,
It was Unreal.
Genshin is Unity.
Yep.
No,
I think Star Rail is something.
there was a new
Hoyo has
gacha
their
game.
like own proprietary Unity.
Yeah, it's
engine.
actually called the
Use
Genshin.
Unity for
It's called the
everything.
Genshin system, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Genshin engine. There's a new game out that looks incredible. It's made off of Unity. It's a new gacha game. I can't remember what it was called.
Is it
though.
is it Enfield?
It's Enfield.
Stellar. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, Enfield. Enfield
Yeah.
looks fucking incredible. That's
Enfield
gonna-
is on
Yeah.
Unity.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane how good it looks for Unity.
Enfield
especially.
also
Yeah.
has
Unreal Engine's
seamless
That is
cutscenes. I'm
insane.
pretty sure.
Yeah. Cool. Any more thoughts on the skin, or are we good to move on?
I still think the Hu Tao skin's cute. Now, do I think it could be better? Sure, but I feel like someone can call something cute while still asking for it to be better.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, you
I
can.
think it's
The-
cute.
the
I'm just not gonna
design is
pay $10
cute.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does look like a free skin though. At the end of the day,
Oh no, I
Yes.
wish it was free. 'Cause That's
Yes.
why I think they should make more fucking gold skins. Like I don't know why they don't. It
agree.
fucking pisses me off that HSR's first skin is a fucking March skin nobody's gonna fucking use because it's on Preservation March.
I mean, and they
It's
also
only for
showed
Preservation
this-
March?
They showed
Yeah.
the skin like
Oh,
a year
dude.
ago.
Yeah.
When Topaz was fucking released.
Why do they do this?
'Cause
It
they're
makes
stupid.
no sense, but
soon.
there are people who their whole job is to figure this out. So like either those people are terrible at their job or they did the math and they found out making skins is dumb. I don't understand it though.
Yeah, I don't know
when
what's with
when
Hoyo.
all your
They just-
skins look like shit and don't have special effects, and like that's like all of the Genshin and I guess the HSR skin. They don't. There's not a lot of reason to buy them.
Well, that guy in his math equation should have said, "Well, what if the skin is good?" And then he would have
Yeah.
been like, "Oh, then we make money." I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next point. So recently, a post came out, a controversial post came out from Solon from Wuthering Waves, one of the CEOs of Kuro Games, saying that Wuthering Waves is the most successful it's ever been. 2.0 was a massive success, and the sales are incredible right now. This post was later shown to be false, and Gacha Gaming went in on this post saying, yeah, fuck Wuwa, end of service. Well, now the post, as of today, has been confirmed as legitimate. And now the public opinion is reversing. So
Wait, I'm so confused. What?
Yes.
What post are you talking about?
So
said
Solon,
that
the CEO of Wuthering Waves, made a post saying that 2.0's launch was the most successful the game has ever been. People said this post
Okay.
was fake, but it's actually legitimate.
Wait,
I
is it
have,
fake
I have
as
a
in the
data chart
interview
that,
was
that
fake, or-
corroborates
People
that
people
is
were
true.
pushing an agenda saying that it was fake.
The interview.
Yes, but it has
Wait,
been
what?
legitimized as of today. Yes.
The post.
It's the same thing. So Shinya, the thing that happened with the ZZZ contracts and the Genshin contracts, were people saying it was fake. That same thing happened in this interview. However,
okay.
now it's been confirmed. Just like the contracts were confirmed, but people are still saying they're fake because they're retarded. So any thoughts on Wuthering Waves being the most successful it's ever been for 2.0, and why do you think the public is pushing so hard for any ability and any time to shit on the game and say that it's end of servicing?
Cool.
Almost
There's a
looks
correction
legitimate.
to that.
Yeah, go check it out.
It is not the most successful it's ever been.
Huh?
If you read the post, it's actually very specific. It says
Yep.
the highest single day revenue. It's very, very different.
So how would you say that's different?
So
You could technically just like not make any money for the rest of the patch. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But based off
hypothetically.
projections, that would be a lot
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
that'd be
you would
goofy,
have to.
but-
So
That's
we
why
don't know yet. It's
hypothetically.
like, technically, just for one
Well,
day.
I mean, to be
That's
fair,
true.
the post was made or the message was sent right after the game launched, right? Like the day after the first day, and so I imagine that it's not like the sales went from the highest ever to literally
lowest,
nothing.
Yeah, so like the
Yeah,
projections
like
obviously would lead that the game has now resurfaced. And it's the more.
I think the post is like probably accurate. Like the 2.0, this release has been like banger. So
Yeah.
Well, when Yinlin came out, I believe that in the first like few hours, supposedly she made more money than all of Gion's banner. I think.
Yes,
people
I'm not
said.
surprised.
So that would
Yeah,
mean
that's true.
that this one day of 2.0 has made
Here-
more than an insane explosion from Yinlin, right? So-
I have a chart for you if you're gonna use it.
oh,
I have it open right now because I was looking at this and trying to figure it out.
Can you link it somewhere?
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat right now.
Okay.
So go here and then just click View as Graph on the Wuthering Waves at Magic.
Is this a hack?
So what? There's just an app web. It's an app revenue
Oh,
site.
okay. All right, cool. Is this going to
Yo,
go
download
down?
this
Is
on
this
the,
gonna get my data?
No,
I'll
that's
just
it's
go
by
on
browser
the
thing.
Give
on
China
the
my data.
on the
What
people
was
like
the claim for the? What was the claim?
They
for
have
the
like a
sale?
million of these. They use Sensor Town and all this. It's the same shit. But like,
Like,
if
Wuthering
you-
Waves made-
1v1
made a-
Gateoo with this data. Bro was spending about 5 hours yesterday looking at the Solon tweet and looking at charts.
Jesus.
I mean,
Okay.
you
What
spent
was the
5 hours
claim
looking
for-
at him.
if you just all you had to do is click the View as Graph worldwide.
Sure.
You'll
What's
see
what's the
revenue.
Wants me to
significance?
log in.
yeah.
What's the
So-
significance of this post, bro?
So it shows where each revenue bracket is and where they're ranked on the revenue charts in comparison to everything else. So to corroborate the Yinlin thing, yeah, Yinlin was the highest selling banner.
Why is that? Wasn't Yinlin? It's been out for longer now.
Yeah. So okay. So if you look at the chart, can you see it right now? Or are you
Just
posting
post
it?
a
Yeah, I can see
Oh.
it.
All right. So like if you go to June 6th, they're ranked 4th on revenue. And if you go to today, it's ranked 23rd on revenue.
Right. So wouldn't that be that it's compliant and related to the other things that are also existing in this space at the same time?
Yeah, I'm just showing you to corroborate the information. Yes, it's true.
Wait. Okay. So hold up. Which is true? That June 6 sold more, or that 2.0 sold more?
Well, so far it looks like June 6th sold more, but I don't know because I don't have the exact data number that it shows for the total revenue for that day. They don't release that information.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't
So like,
even look at
unless we
revenue
see the
charts,
raw
bro.
numbers, those rankings don't really show anything because we're not aware of the information that would surround that number.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that'll corroborate that there's a
And
high
I'm
ranking
just-
number.
I'm just wondering, is Ad Magic only on mobile?
No, you can get on. I'm on the browser right now. What do you mean?
No, I'm
I
saying
know,
it's
you
only
mean-
only
revenue.
for mobile.
Only revenue.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
There's no PC or
Yeah.
console revenue chip anywhere.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
you
think we
just
can
get
even
that
find that
info.
information, right?
And that
Like,
see, that's such a bad metric to go off of.
it's the only one that exists, right? So like we
Yeah.
have to use what we
Yeah,
have.
but
It should. Yeah.
But
if
why
we're-
use a metric if it's not showing? the-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fab. If we're using
It's
incomplete
only
data,
useful-
why look at it?
It's only useful for
and that's where a
trends,
lot
not
of these
for
like that's where a lot of these like
specifics.
EOSing sort of rumors are coming from. It's like, oh man, it's like on mobile the revenue's not looking that good, or it's like not ranked that high. But there are so many fucking people playing on PC. There are so many people that have PCs, especially in regions like CN because of Black Myth Wukong. There are a lot of people that have PS5s as well. And the
Agreed.
thing is, it's just when you're not accounting for any of that data, and then you're kind of going from the mobile experience where Wuwa, you can't even do half the mechanics in the fucking game on mobile. You literally can't. Like all of those like animation queuings with like certain characters, it's actually not even usable on the
Yeah.
platform.
It actually demonstrates another point, which is like everyone who's actually in the space understands that the mobile revenue isn't the only thing. And Solon lying about this being the most successful day would be a massive detriment to the company if he were to be exposed as falsifying that information, which clearly shows that Wuthering Waves is a game that predominantly makes the majority of the revenue off of the pre-existing, more regularized sources of income like mobile. So I do think PC really does need to be taken into account because so many people are saying this game is going to end of service because they're only looking at one projected metric based off of feelings and opinions rather than raw statistical data.
Well, the best way to look at data like this is to say there is an increase and not equate it to the exact value of the increase because not all factors are included. So you look at the data and say there is an increase, it is spiking, and would that relate to other platforms? The answer would probably be yes. So therefore,
proof that people used it on PC instead of phone was people couldn't even play on phone when Wuthering Waves first launched. It was like so
Agreed.
badly optimized. Like people want to shit on the game for it being so badly optimized, but then also say, nah, people are coping, no one plays on PC, it's all phone. It's like, pick one, bro. You would take your phone, it would become a nuclear fucking reactor and kill you. Like, nobody could play the damn game on phone, so of course all the money was on, like, computer, because no one can play the fucking thing.
I think the thing with the oh sorry, I was reading chat for a second. I think the thing with the like people saying EOS, I think most people just need to not just play the top 3 gachas all the time and assume that's just a perpetual revenue. Because, bro, if you actually know the revenue of the games that are actually EOSing, they're making like 5K, 10K a month.
Yep.
Like harder
They
to
can't
get
even
like,
you got like
for
one
these
person
games.
actually
Yeah.
popping up. Like
They're going to
literally
win
one
Tower
person.
Fantasy.
Like-
when I myself am making more money as an individual than a whole company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what's
Like-
crazy? The amount of money that we all make, we should just make a gacha game, to be honest.
Nah, I'm good.
Maybe you should fund
you
like
gonna make one?
90%
I
of
feel
that.
like you've said
Absolutely.
Yeah,
As long as I
think
get
you would
90%
have,
of
like,
the revenue, I'm
99%.
down, man.
You want to know why I say this? Because you guys know Shroud's game?
Oh, yeah.
Don't talk about Child's game.
Bro put a good amount of money into that game, and that
Yeah.
game has like 500 people
Well, hold on.
playing
Was
it.
it gacha?
Wait, was it called a
No,
No,
it's
that's
shooter,
FPS.
but like
There's your problem.
you know, okay, but
No,
like
what's the name again?
Shroud is a shooter, like
Something
an FPS
divide
player, so
or
like
something.
yes,
Wait,
Spectre Divide. Spectre Divide.
Yeah, it's don't
Yeah.
look at the Steam
Spectre
DB
Divide,
for
bro.
it.
I mean, has
played
it
that
has it
first
officially?
day.
Has
I
it
queued
officially
for
released
30
yet?
minutes.
Yes.
That game
It's
was
out.
so shit. It's insane. Holy fuck. I went from Valorant downgrading to that shit. I think I was eating my own shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Yeah, but Shroud's not me.
If
think-
Shroud
Oh,
doesn't
true.
even want to support his own game,
I think
like,
it's
he's
fair
not
to say-
playing it.
They did
Fair
have
to
some
say
pretty
that-
predatory
So-
practices with their skins. in that
Tectone,
game.
you
The
don't have a
skin-
global
the skin's
emote,
like
though.
$50.
Yeah, but who cares, man? I'll never have a global emote because I'm too PR. I'm a PR nightmare, man. There's no way they're gonna put my ass on there.
Okay, so I have a question for everybody who plays Wuthering Waves. Would you classify Wuthering Waves as a PC game with a mobile port or
Absolutely.
a mobile-friendly game?
It's a
Yeah.
PC game with
mobile
mobile port.
100%.
I feel like
Easier console.
every like latest gacha game where you have, you control. I guess Honkai Star Rail kind of feels like the only one that isn't a PC game that's a mobile port. I feel like ZZZ, Genshin, and Wuthering Waves are all PC games that with the mobile port.
1,000,000% agree.
I don't think Genshin on the phone is
Yeah.
fucking easy.
You want to know why? You want to know why that is? It's because there's a lot of people that still play on mobile, and when they try to play and they suck dick, they go, "I could fix this with my money," and then they go swipe, and now what they couldn't clear, they can now clear with their new constellations.
Do you think it's a problem that you can't do that in Wuwa? That you can have like S6 R5 characters or like S5 characters and still just get destroyed in all of the end game content?
I
if you have
mean,
no
is that
idea?
true?
No, that's not true. I actually
that's
cleared
not-
tower
Is that
with,
true?
on mobile.
That seems false.
No, you
I
can
cleared tower on mobile just
No, I'm
fine.
saying-
Do you guys
do you think-
remember when Gion first came out and someone just maxed him and he one-shot the bosses
Yeah,
in the tower? Like,
like-
literally, he ulted and did
Yeah, I
1
cleared
million
tower
damage
with,
and
on
killed it.
mobile.
Like,
It's,
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
literally-
take
not
the win.
talking about you guys. I'm talking about like the below, how you guys are plat and Marvel rivals. I'm talking about like
no,
the
but
bottom
like the guy
50% of
was bad.
players.
He just literally ulted and killed the boss. Like,
Bro,
he
if you
pulled his
can't
Yoda,
intro
like, he
skill
just-
into fucking Jinshi and just fucking press the auto a couple times and E, then I don't know.
All right, what
Bro,
about
I'm the
hologram?
embodiment of skill issue though. I just
You just need to stop playing games at that point.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Absolutely.
had
Bro,
two
I'm
accounts
so
in
shit
Wuwa when I
at
was playing,
Wuthering
right?
Waves. You
Like, I
calling
had
me
a-
the number 2 Kurobot is like an overpraise for me, honestly. I've never
game is
watched a single guide in my life for Wuthering Waves, and I just random shit go everything.
Bro, you don't need to read a guide.
And I just
read the character.
and I 30 star like tower adversity by building my characters right.
Are
Yeah,
you
I don't
spending
think-
money or not spending money?
I just spent on Welkin. What's the name?
Oh, he's a whale.
Blue Knight subscription. I'm a whale. Fuck. I spent $5 in the game, bro.
Okay, so that's a good metric, right?
How dare you?
What, me being bad? Yes.
I guess the fact that there's content in the game, let's just think about any Div 6 hologram. Even if you whale, you're still gonna get destroyed by it if you don't learn the mechanics of the
It
fight.
makes it easier though.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
definitely. You'll
we
just
can
have to
all
spend
agree.
less
Definitely
time.
makes it
The idea
easier.
is you're just spending less time engaging with those mechanics, but you still have to engage with them at a baseline, or you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get like one shot by half the stuff in the game, at that level.
But that's
So
like
I think-
all the gacha games out there right now.
Yeah, it's kind of every game. That's why you spend
Like-
money.
There's tons of games that one shot you. Just if you have like overblown stats, you can just one shot the boss, easy clap.
No, I'm saying the bosses will one shot you, and it doesn't matter if you have like S6 R5 characters in Wuwa. If you go into the holograms at difficulty level 6 and you don't know what you're actually doing, and you've just been like wallet warrior, you've been a wallet warrior the entire time, you'll get your ass handed to you in holograms until you like figure out what's actually going on.
Is that true?
I would say
I haven't done the
I'd say
newer
it's decent-
hologram, so I don't know.
it's decently true.
No, it's decently true because the way you, especially if you're playing with a team, you want to do setup, right? And then if you're trying to do setup, ignoring the boss's mechanics, you're gonna just get killed mid setup.
There's also no
So-
like big shield characters to like prevent mistakes, and there's not like the heals are like on a pretty big cooldown. There's not really a anti-retard character yet, so like it's pretty difficult.
They'll make one.
Yeah,
They'll
will.
make a Zhongli.
Yeah.
Zany.
Zhongli for all the
Zany is
stupid
just
babies.
Zhongli.
that can't
Zany,
play the
yep.
game.
Bro, why is
So-
it Zany or Zani?
Yeah.
I swear it's Zani.
It's
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 not.
Zany.
It's actually
Why y'all
not
keep
Zany.
calling her Zany?
Okay, I have a question. I have a
like
question.
Zany.
So if Zany / Zani is the character that does that and she becomes the Zhongli of the game, will that claim still be true?
Depends to
I
what
guess
extent, right?
I mean, you'll be able to tank like one hit. I can't
Yeah, one
imagine
more
that
hit.
if she does shield, that she's gonna shield for like
if they
the bosses will
Genshin
hit for like.
if they Genshin-fy Wuthering Waves and they introduce a character that gives you a 40,000 fucking shield that you can cast every 8 seconds, yeah, the game will just be a fucking joke. Like that's why I hate.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, I once again, I don't think they will either because it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the fucking game with like the dodge frames.
Yeah.
But like, dude, the baby mode for Genshin is insane. Legit, every boss slap on a shield, you're good to go. I want to move forward from this. I want about the next thing that's going on right now, which is the Nerumero situation. In case you guys don't know what's going on with that, Nerumero was a previously good boy in the creator program of Genshin Impact at the launch of Genshin Impact. Since then, they have been removed without warning, without causation whatsoever. And Nerumero recently went live to play Wuthering Waves, and a member of the Genshin Impact Management Japan team came and said, "We would highly prefer if you do not play that right now." And since then, Nerumero has ceased playing Genshin Impact and has now started playing Wuthering Waves, currently trending in Japan with over 10 million views on this topic. Anybody have any thoughts on this matter?
So he was under contract with Hoyo, or he was not?
He was part of the preferred creator program when the game first came out. He was removed without a message or without reason. He went to go play Wuthering Waves on the launch of 2.0, and the Genshin Impact management team said, we prefer that you do not do that, which obviously, if you know Japan culture, that pretty much means do not do that. And they also said, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, Genshin Impact, if you don't play Genshin, that's horrible for your career.
Oh, you could say that about a lot of people.
That was
really.
the comments. That was the comments.
Okay,
So
so
the manager said it.
Yes.
I think I remember this. There were 2 posts on this. One was from 2022, and then one was from 2024, right? From the 2 images that they've shown. Is that the same person?
Nerumero is their name. Nerumero VTuber. They have silver hair. They have a mask on their head.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a link to the post? Because I don't. It's been like a week.
There's not really a specific post that encapsulates the whole thing. There are multiple videos that are currently talking about this post. The shortest summary I found is 40 minutes. So I do not have a short condensed post for you now. However, go ahead.
I saw an image. I think this is the same one. I do not know for sure. So one of the things that was corroborating his story was an image from 2022.
Okay.
And that image was like saying that he did, like he was like they were coming after him in a negative light. Hoyo was coming after him in a negative light because of what happened in 2024. So I don't know about the situation fully.
Do you mean 2022?
Yeah, the image that was in 2022 that basically would like put the nail in the coffin for Hoyo was from 2022, not from 2024. And could have been taken out of context. So I was confused by
you're absolutely you're absolutely right. He was removed, was never given reason, right? He went to go play, because now that he was removed back then, he went to go play Wuwa, but Genshin Impact management team said, we would prefer you don't do that. Genshin Impact is essentially imperative for your career to be successful.
Bro, he should have just said no. Fuck him.
Well, that's what he did. That's what he did.
And they went to play Wuwa, right?
Yeah, he went to Wuwa. He did
him.
play Genshin recently. However, Wuwa has since like partnered him and sent him on a care package and said, thank you for playing our game.
Well, as someone who has been blacklisted from the Hoyo content creator program before doing any leaks whatsoever or doing anything that was against their policies, Hoyo be dicks when it comes to their fucking creator program.
You're blacklisted?
I've been blacklisted as long as you have, bro.
I did not know that. Okay, so that makes 4 then. So there's 4 people. So I can confirm you, Sekapoko, Mtashed, myself. I counted you twice. And there's one other person who claims they're blacklisted, but I haven't verified that yet. Did they reach out to you about that or no?
I reached out to them. They never got back to me ever. And I've done it through multiple mediums. And then I didn't do any leaks or any kind of a content that was what anyone else was doing. Besides like cursorily talking about like, instead of like calling a character Eula, I would say Bula, or like using other names for characters that wouldn't break any types of TOS or anything. I did that for like 6 months, and I was still blacklisted even after like all this. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna do leaks then if they're not gonna talk to me.
Okay.
Do you think you're blacklisted because they didn't sponsor you or something?
What do you mean?
Where? How do you know that you're blacklisted?
Because I'm banned from the Discord server, and every time I get brought onto a content creator server for Genshin Impact, they boot me out. So here's how I know for sure I'm blacklisted. When Honkai Star Rail came out, I didn't have anything linked to my Genshin account or whatever, or like my shit for Twitch. Then I basically got onto the creator server through my YouTube channel. Then I linked my Twitch account, and the second I linked my Twitch account, I was banned within 24 hours.
Now, I would like to say, before any Hoyo retard makes this comment of, lol, little bro wants to be in the creator program so bad, I actually have a video coming out explaining why the Hoyo creator program actually traps and ruins your career. It benefits you in the short term, but will lead to your doom and despair in the long term. Great video. I recommend everybody go watch it when it comes up. Would love your guys' thoughts on it as well. I think it's the biggest scam in fucking Gacha history right now. I think it's a fucking joke. My opinion.
I haven't seen the contract, so I wouldn't know. But it can be.
Yeah. Things are joke. Fob, thoughts on the Nerumero situation?
I'm not entirely educated on it because I have not really watched it, but that does sound pretty fucking shitty. Luckily, I will say, I mean, Genshin has not. So I had an incident where I puked on stage for a Genshin event at TwitchCon. And
What?
since then, they have not reached out to me
Why?
for any. Okay, so I drank really badly the night before. Anyways, yeah, I fucking fully like hydro pumped onto the fucking floor.
It sounded like you said
stage.
Hoyo sponsored.
Is there
you
a
to be on
clip of
stage.
this?
Wait, yeah, proof?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Oh,
proof in that if
funny.
you go to that live stream, if you find it somewhere, they went on a like 20-minute ad break out of nowhere.
We need this.
They needed to clean the stage.
You're kidding.
So since then, Genshin has not reached out for anything. It's been
You're
like 2 years
blacklisted.
now.
Yeah,
So
you're blacklisted. Sorry, bud.
yeah, they haven't reached out for anything since. And yeah. So but even back when I was like getting reached out for stuff, like I guess I think the difference is probably just I think these companies need to stop hiring like random ass motherfuckers to be these middlemen between CCs and the company, right? Like there are a lot of, in my experience, at least in my experience with a lot of these companies, like Hoyo as well, it's like there's a lot of just unprofessional people, I think, that aren't really built to be these agents, right? And it's like,
I mean, the unprofessionalism is fucking insane. I mean, the fact that
yeah,
there was
it's just
community
really
manager-
unprofessional. And like
there was a legitimate community manager living with content creators in the Hoyoverse sphere that would frequently get them deals based on their living situation. I think it's a fucking joke. Absolutely, yes.
There was a person that was working from Hoyo, living in the same house.
Absolutely,
content creators,
yes.
Damn, I thought it was scummy, but I didn't know that.
That is insane.
No, it's fucking
That's
ridiculous. It's fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's Dawi lives with me. Yep.
That way lives with Tonto?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think this is a great point that working for Hoyoverse sucks balls and they pay like shit. So yeah, I don't care.
That I did see. The pay was bad as fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Cool. All right. So we got that. Okay. Currently, there has been a race war in the Gacha gaming community. So we're gonna have to talk about it. All right. Currently, we have Eastern versus Western CCs. I am confused. Is Eastern versus Western CCs about where you live or about what race you are? Because I have heard about 3 Asians living in America claiming they're an Eastern CC. So is it about where you live or is it not?
English. And they speak English too.
I keep getting called Eastern CC, but I live in America.
Yeah,
Bro,
like,
if it's
apparently-
based on where we
I
live,
think
it's
it's
an 8v2
the language
right
you
now.
talk.
Apparently, when there were some critiques being made about Western CCs, I heard from some people in my chat and like in other chats that I didn't count because I was Asian.
Wait.
Well,
do I
what do
tell
you
you
mean
for
that's
both
insane?
teams because I'm Chinese, Irish, Italian? Am I both teams?
You gotta pick
Do I
one.
win?
No, you
No,
gotta pick
I don't
one.
have to pick.
Half-breed.
All right, do the
pick
Mr.
sides.
Poke Classic.
Poke is definitely an Eastern CC.
That's old Pokemon. Poke hasn't been
He
doing
lives in the
it
Philippines, right?
The Philippines. No,
Okay.
he lives in Singapore.
Because I will
Singapore,
say,
Yeah.
like, okay, we have Saint Tontas, who is Asian, who is called an Eastern CC. Bro lives in America.
Sure.
We also have Gateoo, one of the biggest racists, one of the most advocate for Eastern CC. Bro lives in California. And
Gateoo's racist? I know
He's super racist.
Okay, take a look.
I stay away from it.
This is
ultimate racist, bro.
This is not me saying, oh, he's racist because of this thing he said. Gateoo said, and I quote, "Yes, I am racist. Just like every other Chinese person is racist. It's not a big deal."
Gateo's playing that competitive
That's not
racism.
true. Multiple times.
So-
as a person that is half Chinese, I am
He said this multiple times.
Yes.
confused.
I will say okay, but like if you're half Chinese, that doesn't mean anything because like okay. So let me give you a context. Maybe Poke can chime in because he lives in Asia as well, right? I grew up most of my life split between Korea and America, like so I can say Asians are
you say
racist as
what?
fuck.
Oh, okay.
They're racist as fuck. Like
Yeah.
I will always tell this story how my parents literally had like terms for each race people, right? And as I grew up in America, I had to correct them. It's like, you can't say that. You can't keep saying that. Like that's not right. But they grew up understanding that. You guys ever see that meme about how this person with an Iron Man mask comes up to a Korean lady and then she's like, oh, and then he takes it off. He's a black man. And she goes, ah!
Yeah.
He screams and runs away.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Clarify
Yeah.
for me. Clarify for me. Is it a term like the way that they say a racial slur in English.
No,
is actually,
it's a fun term they coined for specific races, which is not fun because it's racist. But
Okay,
it's
okay.
fun to
So-
them, right?
So they
And
say something about a specific ethnic group in a funny manner that is against that to paint them in a negative light.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's very common in East Asian countries. And to go into context as well, right? I think I saw Tectone and Gateoo talking about how like China, like racism
number
in China
one.
is something
Oh.
that just started recently.
Mhm.
But like, no, there's a reason like countries outside of America specifically are like very like combative with their cultures because there's just a lot of history there, right? Let's just talk about China, Korea, and Japan.
They all
You know
hate
how
each
many
other.
times exactly? And do you know how many times Korea has been occupied by China and Japan repeatedly back and forth over and over
Yep.
and been enslaved? Do you guys ever see that clip of Bobby Lee saying Korea's never done slavery? And then they just like pull it up, and then it's like Korea has the longest like one of the longest unstopped chains or years of history of enslaving people.
Yeah.
It's like no, like so they're very racist. They've been constantly invading each other, like so
I think
it's
a
just
habit of other countries and territories they have of downplaying what has happened almost to the point of trying to erase historical events that are documented. Whereas for white people in America, it's like, oh yeah, they did all this shit and they talk about it 24/7. So I think that's
I think the issue there is also America's a blip in history. Like
Yeah.
this country's been around for a little over 200 years.
I was like,
We're talking about cultures over there that have been had dynasties that last
Yes.
like millennia. So it's a different scale as well. I think America's just like a little too young to compare.
We're just not good at racism. We need to step it
Yeah.
up.
Dude,
It's
my
also-
honestly,
grandpa
like-
was very good at being racist. He trained his poodle to bark at black people when he would say the hard R. I shit you
Wow.
not. That dude was mega racist. Like giga. I'm talking like Megatron level racist. Yeah, that shit was wild. I learned a lot from him, but not that part. I was like, about the world and like beer and shit. But yeah. Anyways,
Well, not history.
he's dead.
Or geography.
Yeah, geology, actually. It's geology.
Yeah, geology. Yeah.
Geology.
I will say though, I think East Asia like now is like definitely in the last decade have been opening up more to foreigners quite a bit. So I think it's gotten like quite a bit better. I do remember like it's still pretty backwards though. Yeah.
I think just from what you're saying, Fob, there's obviously, even if people aren't like openly carrying like the same sort of like racial undertones or just straight up racism in the way that they're interacting, there's always going to be like that underlying level of prejudice that exists just from being like raised in that environment, even if you aren't like openly racist. And I think a lot of it is that explains a lot of what we've been seeing recently. Where, I've just been on stream. I've been very open about the fact that I think that a lot of the conduct by some specific Eastern CCs, especially in recent months, frankly, it's fucking embarrassing. Especially being an Asian person and then like seeing what they're saying, where it's like it to me feels like from some Eastern CCs in particular, there's like this need to feel superior in some sense, or like there's like a lack of self-confidence there or something, where they just feel the need to like state how something is worse or how they're better or some combination of both sides to kind of like insinuate, right?
Well, the thing is, that's just a culture clash, really. You have American values and they have values from wherever they are. And that's just, I'm not saying it's right either way. I'm just saying that's the difference is like neither culture really can, understand the other in that way.
Yeah,
Well,
so
this is the
like
thing, right? If
we
you're-
might think it's like ridiculous, but I bet you there are people that would listen to like some of those takes in the other side of the world and they'd be like, hey, I kind of
yeah,
agree with that.
that's all the
Yeah.
people agreeing with them on Twitter. Where
Well, they
it's
think the
just like-
same way as you do, probably on the other side, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that it's just a cultural difference, really.
Well,
Would you guys agree that we live in a culture where racism is indefensible? Like,
Yes.
you do anything that is
In the
racist,
West,
it's not
yes.
okay.
In the West,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So, like, if they live in a culture or have lived in a culture where racism is acceptable, then would it, in their culture, not in ours, obviously, they would find it to be totally fine to say these things,
well, this
Yes,
is
because
the thing.
they're
which is not cool for us, right? And we think it's like
They're
well, what
coming
the fuck, bro?
onto American platforms and Western platforms like Twitter and YouTube, and then
Yeah.
they're basically spreading this whole sort of like, I guess, like Eastern mentality, Eastern culture mentality about like how certain types of content, certain types of gameplay, whatever, like just having this different type of focus is inherently better. but they're the ones coming onto Western platforms. Like, why aren't they on, why aren't they just purely
Bilibili.
making content on Bilibili? Why aren't they purely on, like, the Chinese version of Twitter and then only interacting with people there? They're speaking English, they're learning English, and they're coming onto Western platforms and then trying to spread this sort of thing.
They're coming onto
And it's just
Western
like-
platforms taking our jobs.
Wait, so you're saying you want a segregation here? Is that?
Whoa,
like,
No,
hold on.
I'm
you're gonna
saying that
stand
if you're
there,
going
like,
to
what?
come over onto the
Whoa.
Western
Whoa,
platforms and
come
make this
over.
now like a massive
Finally,
level
something I can
opportunity.
agree with.
Yeah. Pokey,
Thank
Pokey,
you.
Go to
it's,
camp.
I'm not.
Pokey, it's been a
I'm not-
good time. Pokey, it's been
I'm
great.
not talking about.
So is the
talking
thing you're
about-
trying to posit as an idea is that they're coming over here. The rules over here are don't do that, racism bad. Then if you want to do that, go over to the other side and where it's
I
okay.
guess
Or
we're coming over here. We're saying, please don't be racist. I don't think that's a hard thing to ask.
Yeah.
and by then saying don't go back to where like the other platforms to then be racist, is that okay too to say? Like I don't.
Well,
I think that
I
in
would
general
hope.
we just don't like that at all.
I would hope that after interacting with the West and kind of seeing like, oh yeah, we don't like being openly racist and like basically inciting prejudices and using that to like judge entire peoples, right? I would hope that after seeing that, they would be like, oh, maybe we should stop doing that over here. Hopefully.
No, the thing is that'll never happen because their society
not
over there
gonna
is very homogenous. They're basically
Yeah.
one race people in one race countries, right? With obviously like tourists. So like that's just like it's the only way. The reason it happens so much in the West is because of commingling of cultures across like hundreds of years. So like that's why we can get to that point. But it's really hard for homogenous societies to like view other races as like something else.
Okay, to that point, why is Europe then as a amalgam of different cultures and races, right? Air quote, very different than Eastern Asia currently.
Oh, a lot of people in Europe hate each other based on
they
race.
do.
Even same skin color, everything. Oh, dude.
I mean, every
Europe,
world
like,
war.
look at the
started there,
Balkans.
right?
They're all right next to each other. They all fucking hate
Bro, the
each
first
other.
time I was in
Okay,
Germany
not,
for
like-
Gamescom, like people, like there were a lot of German people like making Asian jokes at me and
When
Lily
people
walking
say-
by.
Okay,
When people say
okay,
the West,
that-
they usually are saying America. Europe and America are very different valued in a lot of ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's my point, right? So then why is it okay in the Eastern culture for them to come onto the Western platforms, but people who are in the Western culture, like in Europe, they don't do that initially, right? If you're a person from Europe, you know not to go on the internet and say racist shit. But a person from the Eastern culture, why are they allowed to go back to the the bubble that is more racist?
You know what?
There's
As much
definitely a
as I
lot
would
of racism
love,
in Europe. I don't know what you're
as
saying.
much as I would love for a bunch of Gacha creators to weigh in on global politics and racism and figuring out how to solve racism.
Yeah, let's fuck it. We're going in, bro.
Let's-
True.
let's
This
just-
guy didn't even know where Italy was.
Yeah,
Why
true.
would-
Yeah, who cares? Let's be real. There's
What
obviously a
country is
best race. It's not even fucking close. The best race is obviously the Daytona 500. We're going to go on to the next topic here. The next one is let's talk about. We're going to talk. This is two-parter. Part one: Genshin Impact's new predatory banner system. Malvika and Sitlali on the same banner on the first half, where the rewards are on the second half of the banner cycle, as well as patch 5.4 having the least amount of primo gems that you can earn free to play out of any patch. Thoughts on what's going on in Genshin Impact's banner system? Does anybody think that it
Hold
is
up.
good? Yes.
Hold
What's up, Sticky Bogo?
Hold up.
Wait. Give me one
on the
second.
5.4 thing, first off, every single patch, what the people do when they're creating the primo gem count is
Sure.
they show what is known, and it's always significantly lower than the actual.
Sure, yeah. As long as the significantly known is the lowest it's been. So
Wait,
it could be different.
Real quick.
Let's focus on the
I gotta
banners.
go.
Yeah, what's up,
I
Bob?
gotta go.
Okay, bye,
All right.
Fabi
See you, Bob.
Bobby.
Yep.
I found.
Bye.
I'll tell you if we solve racism.
True.
All right, cool. Well, now everything's all fucked up. God fucking damn it. I'll put the chat over here. All right, cool. Great. So, anybody have any positive thoughts on the new change for Genshin Impact's new system for 2 characters, same banner, rewards on second half?
Positive thoughts?
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay.
someone who has played Genshin for the entire time, it's the same as it always has been. So the reward system is exactly the same as it's been since the launch of the game. Is it more predatory now because there is 2 characters in the first half? Abso-fucking-lutely. If you wanted to save for a long time, should you have? Yes. If you wanted to get both characters right out the gate, is it possible if you just joined the game? Yes. Is it possible for a returning player to get all this stuff? Yes. Is it good for people that don't want to play or didn't want to save or want to get all the characters? No. So
wait, why are you saying it's possible for players to get both characters?
It's definitely possible depending on your start point.
Just one pull on each.
No.
Just roll better.
So I think the majority of things
if you start the game, if you start the game in 5.0, the amount of primo gems that are possible to gain is like ridiculous.
Right, but for current players.
If you started fresh, the amount you can get is ridiculous. You like the amount of content and stuff to do to get primo gems is just ridiculously large.
Sure, but for current players.
For imagine long-term players
for 5 years.
Any person that's been playing for 4 years was under the impression to save for the Archon. So it's not like a new set of information, right?
Sure, but I think you would argue that they would not be over-saving for Sitlali as well.
Everybody would have expected Mavuika first, right? They would have had
then
savings
second, right?
For one character, and then the next limited character to come in the next.
If you do the math on exactly what the difference in primo gems would be for the amount of summons, you lose out on like 30 or 40 summons, or 50, at most 45, I think it was, right? So that's not enough to fill out a whole rotation for the second half banner to get a character fully free to play.
Wait,
I understand the point.
Are you trying to imply, because I just want to make sure before I go in, are you trying to imply that this mechanism does not change anything?
No.
Okay, so what exactly are you saying?
I was clarifying exactly what is happening.
Okay. So the pros of because it sounds to me like you're saying it's not a big deal.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I said it's very. The first thing I said was it's extremely predatory to put both characters right away. It was the first thing I said. Okay. The second thing I said was the amount of people that are going to have a problem with this are going to be people that didn't plan for it usually, right? So if you summoned for Nevulet in the previous patch, you're like, fuck me, I'm gonna get 2 characters now. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So now you're like, you're up shit creek, right? So that's the type of person that is screwed right now, right? The type of person that has been playing for 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, they're looking at the Archon going, okay, when's the Archon? Okay, I gotta save for the Archon. Okay, when's the Archon? Gotta save for the Archon. And there's a whole extra patch to save the Archon because usually it drops in 4.2, or 0.2 patch, not 0.3 patch. So if they did save the whole time and they skipped all the not long characters, constant phrase I hear, hey, Seka, I don't have any not long characters. Is Mavuika good? Constant phrase I hear every single day.
Okay, the thing is, it seems a little unfair that people should have to know to save for the thing. And the reason I say this is because like 90 to 95% minimum of players, they don't go on YouTube, Reddit, Twitch, anything. So they are clueless about like guides. They don't look up anything. They just play the game.
So the average metric for people who play a game and consume a content for that game is 8% of the total player base. So the 95 is pretty fair.
Yeah. So like basically those people, like they're kind of just up shit creek without a paddle for the most part. I mean, I would say overall, like I don't really care either way because it's Genshin. I don't really involve it, but like I'm just saying, like realistically, I think it's kind of unfair to a lot of people probably.
So the reason why I care about what Genshin does is because people use that game as a blueprint, and if that proves successful, which by the way it did, that's going to go to the other games like ZZZ
50-50 system.
Yes, right.
Okay, so what they should have done, and this would have like made the entire thing perfectly acceptable, is what they did in Zenless Zone Zero was had it the entire patch for 2 different characters.
Absolutely.
Perfectly acceptable strategy. If they had done that, no one would have any problem with it whatsoever.
1,000,000%.
And the fact that they didn't do it, but released both of them, and then also did it the opposite in another game is what the problem is. Why did you do it in Zenless Zone Zero, but you can't do it in Genshin? This is bullshit and massively predatory, and we don't like it.
Well, it's kind of obvious why, right?
For money, obviously. It's a rhetorical question.
Because it's like Genshin's the cash cow. They do whatever they want,
And-
and everyone just has to suck it up. But like ZZZ, it's like they have to try because everyone quit the game.
And here's the other big thing that people are forgetting about. This banner for Genshin Impact, this is like the last big banner for like a long, long time. Like there is nothing coming out of this scale for the foreseeable future. There's also rumors about Snezhnaya being pushed back by a year, obviously unconfirmed. But other than this,
Well, it's kind of confirmed by the devs. They said they're in the live stream. They talked about Not Cry, so.
yeah, people were saying Skirk, but I'm gonna keep it a buck, guys.
What is
Skirk
that?
looks like ass.
Bro, no. You're going to get roasted for that.
I don't give a
is
fuck. Okay,
Skirk,
no. I'm gonna go in on Skirk then real quick. Skirk
Skirk?
looks like ass, bro. Let's look up Skirk for their concept art for what slop they pushed out. That shit was a joke. Hold on, let me find this. Because Skirk's concept art was so beautiful. It was so unique. It was so interesting. And then they just released a shittier version of Jingliu. Like, guys, this just looks like bootleg Jingliu. Let's just be fucking real. Let me go see if I can find her concept art real quick. Because this shit is... Look at this! Look at how cool she could have fucking looked!
You post it in the chat? Not on your stream.
Hold on, I'll link the post on my stream. Or yeah, it's in the chat. Yeah, this is how she could have looked, and this is the bullshit we got, bro. She looks like a soccer mom who dyed her hair silver to fit in with her emo daughter. Garbage fucking character. Nobody cares. The people who do care are just wrong. Is what it is. Yep.
Wait, did you post it?
Yeah, I put it in the Discord chat. Man.
You didn't post
Did
it.
you? You did not post
You
it.
didn't post
You
it.
pretended like you posted it, but you
You
didn't.
almost
Yeah,
posted
It was like Tectone is typing and then.
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
press enter. Didn't press enter. My bad.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is the concept art,
Yes.
and okay.
Classic
her model
leaker
looks
tags on it.
That looks
her model
really
looks
cool.
dog shit.
I can't believe
Nah.
that people are excited for that.
The
Yeah.
concept art looks cool, but the model in game looks like dog shit.
So lame. Like now, if you play Genshin a lot, sure you might like it. But other than that, like there might be some significance. What is Skirk from Honkai or some shit? Or who is Skirk a Genshin exclusive? Like, why do people care about Skirk? I don't understand.
He's child's daddy.
It's Child's dad?
There's a lot of spoilers there.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, of
Okay,
course-
I if you didn't do the Archon quest, it's I don't.
so
wanna
it's
spoil.
Tartalia's master?
Yeah, that's the short version of what it is, but
Yes.
there's
Okay.
way more to that.
I'm gonna be real. Cedar Lolly, best character that's come out in that game for a long time and for the foreseeable
Yeah,
future.
hey,
Fuck
I am
Mavica,
with
honestly.
you
I don't give a fuck about
100%.
it.
She is so
Yeah.
fucking cute.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the best character Genshin's made in a while.
Yeah, her
Mark 7
animations,
too? Yeah, I
her
agree.
facial expressions, her design, so good. Yeah, so anyway, Skirk is dog shit, guys. If you disagree, well, I guess we can't be friends anymore.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
guys.
Skirk is one of the characters that people are looking forward to because of the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so who's
you
after
look-
that?
So the characters that are supposed to come out in between and after are the short chick that like the really short chibi
Yeah, nobody
chick that was
cares.
Eonson that no one
Yeah.
cares about.
Yeah.
There's a chick from an eating contest named Eonson. Named Verisa, sorry.
Lore.
And she's probably just like kind of cute, but like whatever. There's another character named Aoife. That's a doctor. That's a tall dude.
Sure.
There's this other character that's from Fontaine that kind of looks like Chevrez's friend. Who's that doesn't look very good. And then there's another character from Mondstadt. Those are the characters in between.
Sure.
The characters after that, I can't even tell you what it would be because the Archon quest came out like this week. And if I say anything else, it is a massive spoiler.
Sure. I will say this, though.
So-
Everybody who said L taken chat, I checked every single one of y'all. None of y'all were following me. Just because you disagree because it hurt your feelings doesn't mean that it's not true, okay? So stay fucking mad. That game sucks balls. Skirk looks like shit.
Oh, yeah. And then
Yep.
there's a
Sure.
character coming next patch, though, that is the biggest dog shit character of all time for Genshin Impact. It's like Gene 2.
Really?
Why? Yeah, it's bad.
Tawano's going to come.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, the The thing is, the theory around this, because they're putting like a second base banner character, is to sell Honkai Star Rail 3.0 so that everybody gravitates over there and then go to Zenless Zone Zero afterward, then come back to Genshin in 5.5. That's the theory.
Hey, chat, this is the person saying L-Take, by the way. Yeah. I wonder whose chat they're on. Yo, whose chatter is Kelly Scarlett? I want everybody to check real quick. Who's Kelly Scarlett's chatter? Who is this?
I don't claim her.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay, good.
So yeah, you are correct. It is the last good banner for a while.
Yep.
For two big ass characters, right?
Yep.
The thing is, there is other characters that are teased that are very, very hyped up for the story.
Okay, gotcha.
So I it's not fully true. It's just true for like the next 6 months.
Okay, let me change this to the level of complete objectiveness. There is no character on the level of an Archon for the foreseeable future.
Sure.
You mean 6 months or what? What's future?
Like a year.
Oh no, like the 6 months.
Is there another character coming out on the same level as of an Archon?
Lore-wise, Skirk powerful as shit.
Oh god, there's just no way. That character is so fucking stupid. All right, we'll see. We'll see by the banner sales, Betty. We'll see by the banner sales, bet.
One topic that I'd like to bring up when it comes to the double banners is like the level of, I guess, hypocrisy that we've seen from a lot of Hoyo-sponsored CCs, where they're going in. They talked about how bad the banners were, right? I think one example is, good old Brand Online.
Brand new online.
Yep, yes, sir. They're talking about how bad the banners were, how predatory the practices are, and like how this isn't something that was like really great for the space. And then they proceeded to C6R5, the new character.
Someone did a really good video
But
talking
Chitan
about that
told
recently,
him,
but I forget who that was.
It's probably me, right?
Oh yeah, that was you.
Yeah, I did a great video on that, man.
Here.
Yeah, when it got like 130,000 views. Yeah, I think the hypocrisy of the Genshin community's largest content creators is an absolute fucking joke. I feel like you got to practice what you preach. If you say that's a problem online, then don't pull for it, buddy boy. It's bullshit. Mr. Pokey, what do you think?
I mean, I got both free to play, so like I'm chilling.
Hey, good shit, baby. Bop, bop, bop.
Hey, Mr. Pokey.
Yeah,
Me too. Yeah, I got both on my free to play account for you too. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm safe with that shit.
Yeah, just
Free to play by the way. Yeah, got him.
But
Going for that weapon right now.
C6 and that shit is fucking ridiculous. Okay, I want to talk about something very controversial. This might make some of y'all uncomfortable because I know some of y'all do this. All right? So
I wasn't uncomfortable already, some of the stuff, dude.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be the worst because I think some people in this call
We talked about racism.
Yeah, we talked about racism.
This is worse than
Call me a
racism.
liar. I have 3 accounts, bro. One's free to play. Shut up.
Wait, what's worse than racism?
Well, I'm about to talk about
Talk
it right
about
now.
history.
Okay. All right. So for this next topic, this is my personal opinion. This is my gripe. Okay. This is just me. I am just wondering how everyone else feels about this. I think doing viewer polls is bullshit if you're not the one paying for them.
Nah, I'll take.
Okay.
It's fun, dude.
Let
can't say
me
anything.
tell you why I think it's bullshit.
Sure, because you're taking away their fun.
You're
So-
a millionaire, you can afford them. There
So
it is.
I think that when you say you're doing viewer summons, you are incentivizing your viewers to spend money to have an opportunity to give you content. So I feel like as a streamer, it's the least you could do to instead say, don't spend your money. All viewer polls will be fronted by myself. And if someone comes up and they lose, the streamer should pay to get that person their 5-star from their own pocket. That is my opinion. Thoughts on that?
I
see the
think it
perspective.
works
Oh, you can go.
for like 0.003% of content creators.
Yep.
Most of us cannot afford to pay for viewer stuff. So
Well, then just don't do
He's
it.
saying you wouldn't do it. Yeah, he's saying then you wouldn't.
Then
do
just
it,
don't
but-
do it.
I would love to do it, but I have
Yeah.
$10 in my bank account. It is
But-
If they're
also-
offering though,
But exactly. But also, like, what if it's somebody who is already going to and already going to do it, and they're like
Do you
wanting
know
to do
that?
it?
Do you know that?
Well,
yeah.
if they're
you don't know
dropping
it either,
1,000
though, right?
subs in the
You-
channel, you kind of get a clue that they actually want you to
the viewer
pull for
poll
them.
that I did yesterday, the guy literally could not. He had more Lunite than was possible to redeem at once.
That's
The cap
crazy.
was 90,999, and like I couldn't go past that. He had more beyond
Jesus.
that. And so if that's the case, right? Obviously, the guy was already going to pull. He already had spent like thousands of dollars, and he was just like, "Hey, can you like do it on your stream so everybody can see me spend thousands of dollars?" So I'm like, in that case, right?
So my,
so
my personal issue is when a viewer would say that to me, I would say, no, you're an idiot. Why the fuck did you spend that much money? I used to do viewer polls. I did. But with how many people I found out were just overloading their account for a chance to be on my stream, I just didn't I didn't particularly like it.
Oh, that's a problem, sure, but
yeah, I guess, especially when like there's like a much bigger platform like on your stream, but I would say for like a smaller streamer, right? Like somebody that's in like you know the couple of hundreds, it's not like they're going in to like get as much street cred as possible, like on the biggest channel ever.
Yeah,
it's
completely.
Just,
okay, so I agree with your point on that one, but like what I do is I let everyone decide on what they want to do, and like if you want to do viewer summons, do you guys want them? Because I don't even like push them. I just do it because people ask.
Yeah, like for me, like
so,
what's
that wrong for?
So the only summons that I did, because I stopped doing viewer summons entirely, but the ones that I did really enjoy were the free to play summons. Like, hey, Mr. Techie, I've been saving for 8 months, and I really want you to pull for Malvika. Would you like
exactly?
I think that's amazing. My problem is the big summons were like, dude, I just topped out $5,000, dude. Come on, rip them, dude. I'm like, ooh, so did you do that for me or did you do that for you? Because if you did that for me, holy fuck.
Yeah.
No, it's even worse if it's free to play because then you pull nothing and you're like, ooh.
No, because that's when I say, you lost. Hey, I'll get it for you, man. I'll top up for you. That's what I do.
Okay, millionaire, whatever, man.
Hey, I was doing that when I had no money. I've been doing that since when I had nothing. So, hey, that ain't a millionaire thing, buddy. Hey, everybody starts with their first dollar. I'm just saying. I cannot bear to go on someone's account, lose the 50-50 and say, sorry, buddy. I'm like, all right, man, I got you.
Don't lose.
I think I could tell from like my viewers' email that they were from like the UAE. So I was like, I think he's good. I think he's good.
Okay.
I have no concerns about his financial background.
Ellie, what do you think?
I personally don't even like the feeling of losing shit for somebody else.
Same.
Like, I do not like that feeling. I don't like that it's pushed on me. But sometimes the chat is very persistent. I haven't done a whole bunch of chat pools, but the people that I have done, these guys max out every character. Like, they come loaded already before I even engage with them. These are big spenders already in the stream. And I'm like, I guess, but could I, like, if you're planning to spend for my stream, you're stupid. Don't do that. I always try to go about this very preachy way to my chat, like spend money on some shit that is good for you. This is like not good, right? So before I do that, public service announcement, and then I pull for, in my total streaming of gacha games, I've only pulled maybe 3 different people, and 2 of those people are super whales. We're talking mega whales.
Yeah, the
and yeah, they don't really care. So, I mean, I still feel bad though. I really don't like that I'm kind of pressured to, in quotations, feel pressured to do it for them because I don't like to fail. I don't want to be on my hands that they have shitty luck or something.
Yeah, true.
I think what matters is the frequency at which you do it. If you do it too often, you feel like you're exploiting the community that you've built for content versus people being extremely excited for something that was already coming and that they wanted to get. And
I have definitely pushed people away too. Like, I've gotten requests and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. Like, I can't even, because at that point also, I want it to be my content. I also feel like they're a little bit of intruding and like, this sounds really weird, but I don't want to be at the mercy of somebody else. Like, if I'm pulling S6, R5, that takes like a fucking hour plus of my content space. And I like to chat with my community. I like to get involved, and I have to designate a whole hour or 2 to like somebody else's, content.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Let me go to Chad here. Chad, I want your opinion. Chad, would you prefer if your streamer paid for your polls, or do you want to pay for your own polls?
I'm pretty sure that you would get.
Okay, well that's.
Yo, Chad, what would you prefer? Yo, Chad, what would you prefer?
Free money, brother.
$0.
Okay, so
free money, bro.
So Chad says they prefer free money.
Yo, Techie, pull on my account, bro.
Yeah, if you want to pull on somebody else's
account for you. I've seen my
that's the most
pull on my
loaded question ever.
Oh, okay. So yeah, for some reason they're all agreeing with me now. I don't know why that is.
I wonder why.
All right, cool. So let's go on to the next topic. Once again, just my gripe. I think it's a very minor gripe. It's my own. I've been having a real dilemma with like predatory practices lately. It's my own thing. Don't worry about me. I think all you guys are great. Don't worry about what the fuck I'm saying. However, pay for your chat, whale for them. It's nice. Do it every now and then. You know, one person, you get them a free C2. It would be cool. If you can afford it, of course. Obviously, take care of yourself. Can we all talk about how dumb Gateoo is?
Ooh, yeah.
Did we just talk about that?
Where do you want to start?
Okay.
Well,
I feel like
I
he
made a
might have
song
broken a
about it.
record
That's
for
how
the
stupid
most
he is.
retarded content creator in the space.
Okay, I haven't really looked into him since
okay.
Tower Fantasy. What's going on? So
I'm like super
completely-
peace, super chill. I have like zero relation with war. Like I know nothing, so like I'm like I'm just chilling, right? So yo.
Me too. I don't even know what's
Stay
going on.
neutral, baby.
Why should I hate this guy?
2025 resolution, bro. 2025 resolution, absolutely.
Yep. Hey, good shit, Pokey. Bop, bop, bop. Back to Mr. Neutral.
Is this the guy you were having an interview with? Like
The
yesterday or today?
5 hour
You
interview.
say
Is
interview,
that-
I say harassing for 4 to 5
Oh,
hours.
Oh, okay. Like, is that a like off?
that yesterday?
was great.
Was that content or was that like actual?
Oh no,
Like,
that was real shit that I made content.
Yeah, because that was really awkward.
Bro,
as
that
fuck.
guy is
Oh, yeah.
genuinely retarded, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like he is stupid.
Yes.
So that was yesterday that you were talking to him on stream or something?
Yeah,
or
so I did a first talk with him for I think like 12 minutes, obliterated this guy. And then I said, "Do you want to talk more?" He said no. So I hung up. Then he started saying I ran away from the call. So I said, "Okay." Called him back the next day, kept him on call for 6.5 hours. So much so, I said, "I'm not going to hang up." He went silent for 2 hours, and I talked to him without him responding for 2 hours at the end, even going so far as to go, "Knock, knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana who?" Like, it was insane.
Well, he did
So-
respond. He only had like 3, like an NPC. He
Oh,
would
yeah,
either
true.
Giggle.
Yep.
He would say like, and then,
Okay.
and then, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the 3.
Okay, great.
Well, that shit pissed me off so much.
But it was funny though, right?
You were talking at him and
It
he was
was
basically
funny.
muting the Discord
Bro.
call to like talk to his stream.
No.
Or,
He
like-
was sitting there not knowing what to say because he knew that he just fucked
At
up.
wait, don't take my word for this, but at some
Damn.
point he randomly was speaking Chinese, and apparently he was saying some like why am I talking to this like chicken brained person or something like that.
Yeah.
Someone translated it on Twitter.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's
Genuine
great. I'm
surprise.
glad that
Insane,
even in the
bro.
opportunity where he had the ability to say that to my face, he's so much of a pussy that he had to speak in another language because he couldn't have the balls to say that to my face. Great. Anyways, yeah, fuck Gateoo, he sucks.
Okay, so yeah, okay, good to know.
Yeah, I just wanted to
You
give
don't
that quick little
interact
plug.
with Got it.
Last thing, and we can wrap this up. Regslint said Western CCs weren't good enough, and pretty much every Western CC has already cleared the hardest con of the game in 2 days.
Okay, so to clarify,
Your
I
turn,
didn't even.
Tectone, you next.
I will.
What was the context? Was
Shinny,
it
you got
proven
this.
that he said that or what?
Yeah, so Rexman basically said that the new C6 the new difficulty hologram 6 in the Wuthering Waves 2.0, that Western CCs do not have the skill to clear it. That's legitimately something he said. That's not even taking out of context. It is something that he straight up said. And on
Okay,
top of that-
wait. You said it's not taken out of context. The only info I saw on this one was an image taken with his name tagged to it from a Discord.
It's from
thing.
his official Discord, yes. and
Okay,
it is
so
confirmed
did you,
that
is there like
he's-
another
And it
image that
is
shows
him.
that? It is him, 100%.
No,
He's
I don't
100%.
think so.
Okay. So that it is corroborated that it is him. Okay, so I was
Yes.
like, I saw this on
Yes.
an ancillary tweet going, "Who
Yeah,
is
so
it even
I
him?"
yes, it is him. I went into his Discord and confirmed the logs are still there. It's probably still there as well. He's been making a bunch of passive aggressive comments on Twitter and in his Discord as well.
Okay, so that
regarding
message log
Westerners.
is from his actual
It is-
general chat or whatever.
Correct.
Yes, okay. That is
talks to
his
viewers.
Discord.
Yes.
From
Okay,
him.
and then like, what was the context leading up to him saying that?
They were talking about the new hologram. That's pretty much it. They're talking
And then he
about-
just randomly said that off the
Yeah,
cuff.
he just roped in.
There was no
Western
preempting, no
CCs.
prompting, no
Someone
like
probably asked for
ripping
the
the floor.
difficulty of it.
Yeah, someone asked for the difficulty. So he's been pretty passive aggressive towards Westerners for the past few months to weeks. Just like kind of like schizo posting and just making like offhanded comments here and there. I've got dozens of screenshots from his Twitter and his Discord if you ever want to see them. But just completely passive aggressive comments.
Okay. So the context right now is he said something he didn't need to say. There was no prompting whatsoever, and he said it because he wanted to, and because he said that he is a racist or what, or I guess locationist.
He's not a self-proclaimed racist. I do want to say though, he did try to backpedal the statement and said he's just baiting us to get us to play the game. That was his reasoning behind it after people started making a big deal about it. But again,
wait, what happened? Sorry, I just got here. What are you saying, Shinya?
That Rexon sort of backpedaled a little bit once we started covering it and said that he only said that to bait us into playing the game more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
he's drama baiting.
If you want to think like that,
he was being a POS in the regard that he wanted us to play the game more because he's like, it's because you're trash, bro. Western CC's a trash. Get over here. You can't do this. I'm better.
Yeah, so pretty much he was drama baiting, and people were calling him out for being a hypocrite because he was saying that he's above drama baiting. That's pretty much all it is.
Okay, so it was not so much that it's locationist or racist or everything. It's more so that he was a hypocrite.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite. That's all it is. For me.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does have a pretty, if he's not straight up racist, he does have a pretty heavy bias and prejudice towards Westerners.
Yeah, so there's like, I guess for some additional context.
Thanks for the clarification.
Somebody can pull it up somewhere if they want. I'm just going to go off of memory. There were a lot of times where there would be like conversations about the game going on Twitter, talking about how like, not even like Wuthering Waves, but like other games in general, where there would be like negative things happening. It would be attributed to like, you know, a certain, I think part of it was attributed to like Southeast Asia. And then Rexlent out of nowhere from the top rope would just say, oh, it's just like the West. And you're just like, wait, what?
From the
like,
top rope?
Where'd this even fucking come from? And then there was like another post where somebody would say like XYZ people or like XYZ parts of the community are doing a bad thing. And like they all have, in quotes, something in common.
Okay,
and then
to
Rex
clarify,
chooses...
where's Rex from?
He's from Singapore. He's from Singapore.
Oh, he's in Singapore? Okay, so
I have lunch with him tomorrow.
Okay, so he's not like one of the people that we were talking about earlier that was like an Eastern CC that lives in the United States, and you're like, what the fuck, bro? Not like Gateoo?
I think he lives. Does he live in Singapore right now?
I think so. Here's the thing, and I think this is something that everybody can agree on. There's no speculation. There's no way for you to disagree. If you disagree, you're a Rexlent bootlicker. You're a Rexlent cocksucker. Here's the reality. Do we know that he's racist? Do we know that he's prejudiced? No. You can think whatever you want. We have no damnable proof of that. We have no idea. The one thing you cannot deny is the guy who says that everybody in the West is just a drama-baiting slop content creator, then proceeds to drama-bait slop content. He's a hypocrite. He's not above any of this shit. He's the same as everybody else. Dude needs to shut the fuck up and realize he's not as great as he thinks he is. You cannot debate that. Great. Let's wrap that shit up. Let's move on to the last thing, which I'm glad you're here, Second Pogo. Your thoughts on 5.3 Genshin Impact. Do you think it's in a good space right now?
The Xbox just had the release at the same time, right? So right now, my stream is being flooded with a bunch of new players that have never played Genshin before, and they're playing on Xbox. So like, there's a whole platform of people coming in.
No, but I'm not worried about who's playing it.
Okay, so I'm responding.
The game
it's
is
a longer thing. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun with Mavuika and Sitlali, and the characters are really fun to test out and play, and they have like a lot of nuance to them.
Okay, so
like, you can do some cool like instant nuke stuff. You can do like fun things, but
I always say that new characters aren't content, right? Because that's just
new characters aren't content.
No, I would say new character patches don't fucking matter. You can be excited for them, but the majority of players just aren't going to get them. So outside of the characters, how's the story? How's the gameplay? How's the exploration? How's the future of Natlan looking?
Okay, so 5.0, 5.1 were the initial parts of the Archon Quest. 5.2 is a filler patch. 5.3 was the finale, like 4.2 was for Fontaine. To give clarification.
All right, so let me
5.3 Archon Quest was
really,
really good.
Have to address the chat. They pissed me the fuck off.
Sure.
Chat, you have to understand, you can be excited for the new characters. You can. The thing is, you got to understand the max price to guarantee one copy of one character is $300. Not every person is going to be able to go every patch and assure they have $300 worth of currency or money to pull a character, which is why I think it's a very bad idea to say, oh yeah, the new patch is great because I got the new character. Not everybody's going to get the new character. Not everybody can get the new character, which is why I'm saying it's more important to focus on what you can do in the game. Just want to clarify that. Go ahead, Chicago.
I'm gonna leave that on the side because I don't agree with that take. But like,
okay, talk about that.
To the initial 5.3 stuff.
Wait, talk about that take that if you disagree. Go ahead.
So in any gacha game, you get a specific amount of free currency. So the maximum price is not true to be that much. It would be a much lower amount because you still get the free currency.
No, but
so you would have to get 0 free currency, not play the game at all, and then buy the character straight out.
Well,
right?
well, that's not true. Because if you're a new character, you can use that currency on things that aren't the new banner. So for a lot of players, they will have absolutely 0 because they could be pulling on the standard to get the convene wishes where you get the 50 of the 5-star character. They could be pulling on anything else.
Okay, what are they pulling on?
Well, for a lot of players, you have to do the initial 50 pulls in the standard banner. There are some people who are dumb and don't know about this, save the money for the premium banner. There could also be people who just went into that new patch, failing the 50-50 and losing all their fucking primo gems. Like a lot of people just don't have all of that currency immediately.
Okay, so your math is wildly incorrect because
and they could also be using it on refreshes.
Okay. Huh?
They could also be using it on refreshes.
Okay. The math for the primos doesn't come out that way. It only comes out that way if you make it come out that way in the most convoluted manner.
That's why you said maximum. That's
That's why I said
That's
so
the definition
the actual reality is that it will never reach that in Genshin, Star Rail, Wuwa, anything like that.
That's just cap. That's legit cap. There's no way you.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I need you to listen. The math is the max it can cost, right? And $300 assures you enough primo gems to fail the 50-50 and go to pity twice. There's no error in that math.
Yes, there. Okay, so you are generating revenue, which is your point of view, right? Throughout the entirety of the patch that you're playing for the 3 weeks. So you are getting primo gems, you're getting jades, whatever, through that time frame. Okay. So
how
only way
how
it's
are you
true
not
is on
understanding
day 1 of the banner because they want to rush it if you wanted to get all your stuff right away.
No, how are you not understanding? What if you pull another one when you have 0? If you have 0,
you have 0.
Let's say you pull another one. The max it can cost you. If this is just math. The max it can cost you to get a character is $300.
And then that's if you spent no money before. If you spent, this is someone who gets every character, right?
Okay.
So I understand what you're saying, but
Yes.
if you're getting every character, that math is true. If you're getting one character ever, that's wildly incorrect.
The dollar,
so I don't know
the dollar amount. The dollar
that's
amount.
only true if you get every single character, though.
No, this is true for any character. The dollar amount it can cost you to assure that you get one character, which is going 180 pulls, is going to net you roughly $300. I'm saying that's the worst it can be. Now, it can be better with the currency that you earn.
For many reasons, that's untrue. But I understand what your point of view is, and you're saying.
No, you don't.
I can break it down for if you really want to start later. I can break it down to whatever the currency is in Wuwa. There's other parts of that.
Go ahead, because I mean, okay, go ahead. Please explain it.
Okay, if you are a player that just there's 2 types of players. One that's going to be just starting out, that has nothing, no resources whatsoever. The first thing is you have the first time top up bonuses right there, right? So in that situation, if you wanted to buy with the first time top up bonuses, the maximum you can spend is not $300.
Okay, do you understand? Right? I said the max. So the top up bonus would not be applied for the max. I'm saying the worst possible scenario.
Yes, and I'm trying to get to that point. I'm trying to get to there. Wait,
but
so
talking about the top up doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Okay, no, so I'm going to the minimum cost for the maximum cost. Okay, so I understand what you're saying. If you had 0 primo gems, 0, right?
Yes.
And you had 0 pity.
Yes.
Right? You got no primo gems, nothing else throughout the entire patch. Literally got nothing. Mm-hmm. Then it would be $300.
That's all I'm saying. That is the
only thing that I was saying. Play the game and just swiped then it's $300.
Yeah, that is everything I said.
The hypothetical that he's saying is the maximum amount of money
like
to
the
spend.
max.
The reality is the max is not even close to that amount, though.
Well, no, but that's what the definition of maximum is, though. Like,
Yes, and
you-
there
you-
are people
Yeah.
who will log onto the game,
but the
not play
concept
it,
that the
get the new
actual
character, and log
maximum
off.
for a realistic situation where you don't even play the game, you're just swiping only for characters and not
Oh,
playing.
sure, it's not realistic.
Like
yeah,
that's just an unrealistic
No,
perspective
that's
to even
cap.
talk about.
That's cap.
Yeah,
I
but
have-
that's not the point, though.
But no, there are tons of players.
The
who will
framing
log
on it
into
is
a
the
game.
point.
No.
So if you did that in Genshin, Wuthering Waves, Star Rail, any game of the you just saying, by the way, you spend $3 for the characters. It's like, what?
there is tons.
No one does that.
Okay, that's wrong. I live with 3 of them. And I also do it myself. If I play a game and I see a new character that comes out and I don't want to play the game, there are instances where I have logged on, spent money, got the character, logged off. I did that for Nikkei, for not Red Hood, but maybe it was like Soda. My roommate Laro did that for Raid and Shogun, where you log in, you don't play the game, you just want to whale, get the character, and log off. People do that. That is a real thing. That's why I said it's the max.
The absolute max.
Yes.
That you would ever have to pay for a
Right.
character.
So anyways, let's move on.
Anyways,
State of 5.3.
I forgot the initial topic.
Yeah, 5.3. Thoughts on 5.3 in the future of Genshin.
That was my favorite topic so far.
It was good.
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to 5.3, the content for the game, if you haven't played the game in a while, is large. If you have played the game a lot and you are a person that's perpetually playing the game, is exceedingly small. There is nothing to do besides the characters on the release of the patch if you play it. I think everybody who's played the game knows that if there's no new region, there's no new area, there's nothing to do in Genshin at all besides playing the new characters in new ways.
Yo, check. Can somebody link the suicide hotline number in chat? Because for Genshin players, it sounds rough right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
So if you're a Genshin person that's been playing for a very long time, there is nothing to do currently if you have done everything in 5.2.
you can pick some men.
That's big.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is actually going on with if Shiznaya is being pushed back? What is the next zone? Do we know?
The next zone is called Nod Cry. It is a region. I can't literally talk about this region without spoiling the story.
Okay.
But essentially, it's a region in between Snezhnaya and one of the others. I can't remember that. Where is it? Is it Fontaine? I think it might be Fontaine.
Okay.
But it's a region in between Snezhnaya and the southern hemisphere of the world, wherever it is.
Okay. How are you feeling about it?
Brazil?
What they're going to be doing, supposedly, this is from the leaker sphere, is filling in the other areas of the map that they haven't done and filling in Nod Cry. So like in 4.4, they put in a spot that was for Cloud Retainer for like leeway and stuff. And there was like this whole other region of the map that was really fun. And every so often they put in like these side areas that connect to the other regions. So apparently, according to the lore of the game, there is a huge connection between this new region and something really cool that could come in that I don't want to spoil, predates stuff in Teyvat that is good.
Okay.
And is possibly very exciting.
So from an insider, is the future looking good, or are you sad that Shiznaya is being pushed back?
I am not sad. After doing the Archon quest, I am not sad at all that Snezhnaya is being pushed back, because if you read the actual thing at the end of the Archon quest, you're like, wait, they're adding what?
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah. What about you, Mr. Pokey? You did 5.3.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna
what
do
the fuck?
500 tomorrow actually. Yeah,
So
I did Wuthering Waves first, then Genshin. Yeah, but go for it.
The take online is they're pushing back a whole region. Ew, gross. Why are they doing that, bro? That's stupid. Why we gotta wait a whole other year?
Yeah.
The reality is there's a whole other segment to this Archon quest that gets like pushed that you understand why it's necessary. I don't want to spoil, bro.
Okay.
It's
Sure.
It's a big one.
Okay. All right. All right. I think, is there anything else? Oh, one final topic. And then it's up to you guys what you want to talk about, is what it is. Thank you for y'all's time, by the way. HSR's 8 banner system.
Oh my lord! All right, let's go, bro.
All right.
4 different videos.
He's
All right, go.
sitting up.
Yeah.
He's sitting
Final
up. He's
topic.
in.
All right, Mr. Pokey, lock in. Let me know your thoughts on this shit, Mr. Pokey.
Okay, what are your thoughts actually? Because
Mine?
I've said this a lot, but yeah, what are
Sure.
your
I did tell you already. I wish you'd listen sometimes.
I
but
listen all the time, bruh.
Sure,
You
so-
just keep yapping about Genshin, I just forget, man. Okay, but yeah.
Sure. So I think there's pros and cons to the 8-banner system. If they do it right, I think it can be very good for newer players, and I think it's great, and it's also necessary because there's so many different characters in this game that we have to pull for because they're pretty much introducing 2 new 5-stars every single goddamn patch. That 8 makes sense to play catch up. There's a way where they can do it right, where it's like, oh, you know, they release a kind of lackluster character, but they're going to load it up with the good ones that they know everybody wants. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to keep the trash characters with the trash reruns. Like, oh, dude, a new shit character. Let's get a Zila rerun going on. Oh, woohoo! Yeah! It really depends, right? So I think the system has promise. I do think it's necessary. I think it all depends on the implementation of what we could do. I could trust Hoyo versus Record, but it wouldn't look that good for them because they are kind of doing the good characters, the good characters, bad characters, the bad characters. And I feel the cycle will continue, but I always have hope for HSR because I like the game quite a bit. And obviously, I think the yapping's a little bit garbage, but the gameplay's always been great. And the story at its core is easy to digest. But I do worry about the future of, HSR, absolutely.
Okay, here's why there's nothing to worry about. Oh my god, I'm gonna sound like goddamn show. First of all, it's like 3 I'm so sorry if my voice is a little bit cooked.
No, you sound
I
great.
think it's completely fine that they rerun a lot of like strong characters with strong banners. Because how many times are you gonna pull for a strong banner? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, let's just say Robin, right? I think Robin has gotten quite a couple of reruns. I think it's first of all, it's a really, really good thing that Robin of all characters gets a lot of reruns because it gives you more opportunity as a new player to pull these kind of strong units. So next time she comes again, you wouldn't have to pull for it, and then you can just focus on all the other units. But I think the main point that I think, which is whether or not this 8 banner thing is good or bad. I think the only thing that is bad is that it will be bad for players with a lot of FOMO, with a lot of like they pull with emotions. I think I mentioned this in my video. I think a lot of gacha players just don't think with logic. They don't think about optimizing their team. They don't think about like E1 or S1 and just like they probably just think with their emotions and like, oh, it looks really, really good. I want them all. And now there's 8 banners. I really want all of them. And to be completely fair, there is a pretty large demographic of most, if not all, gacha players that play this game. I think like however, they also know this that gacha gamers just a lot of them don't have self-control. So from that perspective, having 8 banners against a gacha player that have lack of self-control is pretty bad because you will want to pull everything. But for players that do have self-control and you already know what you want to pull, and just look at it from like an objective, demonstrably lens, I think that having a lot of options will always be a good thing because that means that it will help them
Can I weigh in?
faster and
Hey,
So-
I also want
Yeah, I'll go real quick
Oh,
and then
I
y'all
wanna
got
weigh in.
Yeah,
go
so
for it.
so
Me too.
I saw a guy in chat who says Tech don't look for any excuse to shit on Hoyoverse. Bro, I literally love HSR and Zone 0. Suck my fucking dick, you retard. Second of all,
Yeah.
I think the FOMO, there is a scenario where it's like, oh, there's so many characters, I have to pull them all. But I do think there's also a scenario where it's like, oh, well, now they're rerunning 8 characters. There's a higher chance of them coming back.
Exactly.
So I do think,
Yep.
I think there's nuance. I think there's pros and cons once again. Yeah, go ahead.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I'm looking at the 8-character banner, and like this is what I see. I see Herda. Oh, I want that. Link shot. Phase out.
Do you really need that?
Like Jade. Well, I need that for the Herda, so that's like that's
no,
the,
you don't. No, you don't. You
do you
really
mean?
need Jade. No, you don't. You don't need Jade for the Herda. Sabao is
You
free.
don't?
Herda is free. You don't. You don't. It's like
Herda's
if
free?
you wanted mini Herda is free.
Herda is
no
the baby
5-star
Herda.
Herda. 5-star Herda.
Yeah. No.
Weird.
Final Herda is not free, but
Oh,
like,
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
need
no.
Jade for Herda. Yeah.
No, I was like, no. I'm not saying like need. Like you gotta have it. No, I'm just like,
Yeah.
not like just like I kind of want that. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay, so like
kinda want
I'm
that.
free to play in Honkai Star Rail. I full M-tashed where I like wailed at the start on one account and then dropped the account and then fucking play. I'm free to play forever. So
Sure.
all that shit, right? So then I look at that banner and I say nah. I say yeah maybe nah. Yeah maybe nah on all the other characters because Boot Hill don't care. Robin got it already when I wanted it. Don't really care about it. Silverwolf I got it on release. Don't care about it anymore. Power crept into oblivion. Why do I care? So like
Right.
the power creep's so big, Tectone, that when you look at the old character, you're like, why would I get that shit? They're gonna get power crept in 6 months. Why the fuck am I not gonna get anything that's not new?
Yep,
Well,
absolutely.
that's why they're doing. That's why they're doing it. It's
That's
for
Why
Yeah.
even pull the new
opportunities.
one? Don't even pull all the new
Because
ones
you
then,
want
because you know it's gonna get power crept.
Because you
pull,
like the character.
No, you just get the new
Yeah.
one, and
Pick
it
a
lasts for
character.
6 months, and then you don't worry about anything else for 6 months, and then you get the new.
We know
ones.
who ain't coming back. Blade. That guy.
Yeah,
he's
fuck that.
as hell,
That
but-
guy's trash.
There is people out there that
Agreed.
will still pull just for the
You
character.
know what's
just because
crazy?
they like
Exactly.
I'm pulling for Blade next time he comes
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Holy
I think he's
Maxim.
so cool.
Collector.
That's what they're
Maxim, bro.
banking on.
I
That's what
thought
they're
he was
banking on.
cool,
You know
bro,
what's
I'm
not
gonna be
cool?
honest.
Seeing the damage he does. That's not cool.
Yeah,
that is definitely not cool.
I'm also.
Okay, but you don't play him. You just pull him.
Yep.
Yeah, just like Tectone said, it's $300.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna pull him 100%. Right? I'm gonna pull him, and then I'm gonna get Huan Huan. Those are the only two rerolls.
So how much are you gonna spend on the Blade Banner to not play the HSR to get like E6 Blade?
Not E6. I don't E6 anything. For Blade, I'll probably spend $300.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I believe is Genshin 180 or is it 160 for hard pity?
It's the exact same as HSR for
Okay,
soft
gotcha.
pity and hard pity.
Yeah, so I think the exact number is like $325. So I'll be spending $325 at max.
Okay.
But no, I actually probably get the weapon banner too. So I'll probably get $700 at max.
I guess isn't one of the big problems with having all of these characters available
It's
at
not
once?
even how that max.
Is
There's
that
softer pity on that too. There's smaller pity.
There's going to be
Go
so
for it.
many bait characters like let's just say like somebody pulls Silverwolf E0S1. Isn't that literally just like a complete waste of absolutely
Wait,
everything?
one
she's
second.
absolutely
Absolutely.
trash.
Sorry, I'm getting
She's trash.
I have
unusable.
E6 S5 on the Silver World.
Okay,
Okay,
this is
on
so-
my whale
this
account.
is so
That thing is the
That's
biggest
big
dog shit in the universe.
So real quick, chat, you fucking dumb fuck. You say the average is always $200 due to 65 pity average. We're not talking the average. It's the max.
The average.
Are you
max,
stupid?
Whatever.
It's the max.
It's
The
a
worst number you can go to. It's different than the average.
The highest.
The highest.
Hi, I understand what you're saying, but like,
No, to
it's
the
like,
chat,
oh, yeah,
to-
you're
to-
gonna
not to you
hit
second,
hard
to
pity.
chat,
You're gonna
to
hit hard
chat.
pity. It happened.
Yeah.
It could happen. It could happen.
Like,
It's well,
like
reality.
Guys, chat,
99%
it's not hard.
of the time
It's
you get
the
something.
max, chat. That's why I said the max. I'm not saying, well, the average I'll spend is it. No, bitch, the max. Sorry about that. I'm fucking tweaking.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you get baited because you put like a bad unit or like units that's not worth, I think that's really like feels bad. But then you know, hey, welcome to the casino, baby. Right? Hey, you.
Yes,
the house always
sir.
is not like if you're,
Do
if you're
you
uninformed,
think-
like it is what it is, you know.
Do you think that HSR, because they've been releasing 2 characters every patch, like I feel like it is sort of a game where they have to start shoving characters into the standard pool. That's what it feels like to me
Yeah.
because they've been releasing so fucking many, and so many of them are complete dog shit currently.
Okay, I feel like for HSR they release a lot of units because a majority of HSR is really tied to team building because the actual combat most of the time people just press the fun button and then you just let it go. They don't really care about like you can't really like, dodge perfect parry on kind of stuff. So it's really just based on team building. So I think it's just trying to make a lot of different teams. And unfortunately some teams just fall off like DOT, who the hell is that? Silla, who the hell is that? Jingno, who the hell is that? But going
I had a
forward,
revelation.
how they balance it with like I think for a good example is like Jing Yuan. I think Jing Yuan he was like pretty mediocre, but all of a sudden he's suddenly like really good. And I feel that DOT might come back next time because I don't think DOT is gonna die forever. I feel
They're gonna
eventually
bring
gonna
out a
come back.
Yeah.
unit, bro.
Hold up.
Yeah. So like I feel like it's not that bad, but some units are definitely like way inferior. Like for example, Silverwolf is really like just. it's-
Okay, they have to rework the game for Dot.
Yeah, as
100%.
long as Trebi isn't what's making Dot viable again, then I'll be super happy. Here's
so,
how
like-
they fix HSR. Just thought of this
I
shit.
didn't do it.
Okay? HSR, they fix this shit. Standard banner. They do a Nikkei, right? They make it to where they rerun all of the old fucking shit characters that nobody wants, like Jing Yuan, this, that, and the other, and they put them on the standard banner. And then the standard banner consists of the 6 units that you choose of the roster that you can pick. So they take the Bronyas and they add the Jing Yuans, they add the Blades to it, they add like the other shitty characters, and you pick the 6 that you want, and that's new standard banner. It's fixed. There you go. You're welcome, Hoyverse. Steal that. Yep.
Yippee.
Good. All right.
That would be good. That'd actually be
So-
good.
Yep.
So Chronicled Wish, but with the standard red pulse.
That's a Genshin thing, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
That
still
thing.
can't believe that the Genshin Chronicled Wish uses limited pulls. Like, holy
I,
fuck.
that's such garbage.
And fucking
Agreed.
Chi-Chi is... How is Chi-Chi
Oh,
on there?
wait. Then no, not like that. That's fucking terrible with the standard
No.
pulls.
And the normal.
Yeah, no,
pulse,
yeah. That's why, like, the whole thing with the Chronicle Wish we fixed, and they just use standard pulse.
Absolutely.
You know, Tectone, I think that's a good idea. But what if
Yep.
they didn't even have to put the characters on standard banner because there wasn't a 50-50, so you just got the character you wanted?
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine that.
Just like
Yeah.
me.
Can't have that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
That would be huge. I mean, I'll be real. I think we can all agree the Wuthering Waves weapon banner system feels sexual. When
Yes.
you just
That's just a normal
You just
I
banner.
know.
And
Yes.
Okay, wait. I do want to say one thing though. In Wuthering Waves, it feels a lot worse if you don't get that S1, because their substitutes are a lot worse.
Just use another
Correct me.
character's
I
S1.
agree.
I feel
Just use another
yeah.
character's
Okay.
R1 weapon.
The standard banner weapons, like the ones that have energy regen, kind of ass. Like I think Carlotta's is like 17% better or something than like the next best, which is like
Yeah.
it's kind of unfortunate. I would be real.
If we're gonna make the argument about Ellen still being able to clear content, Carlotta with Static Mist is going to clear the content just like maybe one rotation more.
I
Oh,
love
no,
that
it's definitely not
sometimes.
like about clearing content, but it just feels worse. I
How
think
how
they
much
can all
stronger
just-
is
it's gonna feel worse,
Carlotta
too.
versus Gian?
She's better than Gian overall.
How-
Gion's
how
better.
much?
Gion's better in some types of content. Carlotta is absolutely fucking trash in AOE.
Okay,
Complete trash.
so in Wuthering Waves, there is significantly less power creep
Yes.
to the 0.0 version.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
so far.
absolutely.
So far in the
Okay.
season.
Absolutely, yes.
There's also
There
a
will
lot
be
less
over
characters
time,
being
but-
released.
Okay, do you guys think that they are going to power spike in Wuthering Waves ever, or do you think it's going
They
to
have
just
to.
remain
It'll
consistent?
eventually,
They
it'll
have to.
eventually spike.
There's no
They'll
game.
have
They're
to
gonna go a
will never
bit. They're
do
not
it.
gonna go majorly high.
I think that the game has enough
hope.
like levers in like the skill department and like just rotating properly and activating your characters activating your character's buffs faster to the point where there's enough of a gap between like performance in terms of like playing the team properly and just like throwing random shit out. I'm not really sure where like the additional power creep would really come in as a
Well,
factor when you're
you kind of
already
have to
able to like
eventually.
dramatically increase your clear time with the same exact team and the same exact gear just by playing your characters better.
I like
Focus
how
more
you're talking
damage
about
and more
banners
health.
and it devolved into power scaling. It's kind of funny.
So how Punishing Gray Raven did it is Punishing Gray Raven had stronger characters. Like they did get better, but the most important thing for PGR is characters had fun creep. Where like old characters just felt like shit compared to the newer ones because they kept becoming like more insane and more fun and like crazier animations essentially. So people didn't even really care about the meta at a certain point because the characters were just way cooler that were coming out newer compared to the old ones.
I
And you
think
can already
Isn't
see that in
the same
2.0.
thing for
I
Carlotta?
think that if they go that direction, that's a really good direction.
That.
Because
Well,
like
imagine
they're
like
already
comparing
doing that,
Gian to Carlotta.
Oh, yeah.
Carlotta's
Gian
good
is lame
backflips with
as
guns, bro.
fuck. Gian is so lame even compared to the characters that came out, like Camellia, honestly.
Well, that's just like your opinion, dude.
Okay, Gian, man.
are you a Gian stan?
No, I didn't even pull him.
No.
The voice actor's great, though. I think he's cool.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, I just remembered this. I would be remiss if we didn't talk about this. I think Wuthering Waves is the best full version update we've ever gotten. However, I think Zenless Zone 0 1.4 is the best subsequent mini patch that we've ever gotten in Gacha gaming history. I think the soft
Okay.
relaunch of ZCC was so fucking good. That showed on 250% increase on metrics on global virality, as well as I'm excited to see the actual revenue of Zenless Zone 0 as well. I'm pretty sure it's doing fairly good. The gameplay is much better. The characters are much better. The dialogue's much better. The TVs are fucking gone. Everything was improved upon in one patch. And I feel like Hoyoverse, it's times like these that make me the happiest, but also the angriest. Because clearly Hoyoverse, they get what we want. So I guess my thing is, first of all, how do we feel about 1.4? And why do you think, if they get it, why aren't they doing that for the other things that we're worried about for other games? But yeah, let's talk about ZZZ. Let's talk about something positive. ZZZ fucking
So
kicks
I
ass.
quit ZZZ.
Nobody quit.
Right?
Nobody
I
quit the
fully
other game.
quit ZZZ 1 week in, and I came back in 1.4
Yeah.
for 2 reasons. One, Miyabi played her in the first beta ever. She was lit, really fun back then. Way more fun now. Okay, I quit because of the TVs and because it was like driving me up the wall. Unfortunately, I do have to disagree with you on one point because the TVs are gone. They are, if you continue to play the game, they are not gone at all for those of us who have not completed the game yet.
Wait,
When I beat everything.
that's not true.
I
Wait,
beat
wait,
everything.
hold up.
Okay, so
I
here's the thing.
recently went back and I saw none.
Okay, so I am playing the game as a returning player. I quit within the first week. I came back and I'm like, all right, bet I got to do these stuff. I got to go in and do all these primo gem or the what is it called? The polychrome. I gotta get the polychrome. All right, bet. How do I get the polychrome? All right, you gotta do this. I'm like, cool. What is it? Oh, it's an exploration set of content that you gotta do for this. Oh, okay. So is it long? Yeah, it's like an hour. Wait. So I like all those exploration things through the story that you have to do? Like the blue home thing, like there's like the pink one for the combat one, there's the yellow one for the story, and then there's that blue one explore thing. That shit's still there.
Wait, so for the
and you gotta do the TVs for all that shit. It is a lot of stuff.
Oh, so the older content, it's not.
Yeah, it's all there.
Okay,
and like
side quests.
So I understand you guys saying that it's gone now. It's cool, but like as someone who's coming back and playing it, no, it's not gone. We still gotta do it all first.
Main quests don't have it, I think, anymore, but maybe side quests do. I didn't.
Yeah.
Do side quests.
So here's the other thing. That's not the only part. The original, not like Shiyu defense. The other thing. What's the thing that's next to the Shiyu defense in the TV thing? It's right next to
Zero.
Yeah, is that it? Yeah. In Hollow Zero, you still got to do the Hollow Zero TV stuff to some capacity, and it's a lot of clicking through and a lot of TVs. You're like, fuck me. So I'm doing it right now, and I can't. There's no workaround for me. You don't. I remember doing it. I'm in the initial parts, and I'm doing it, and there's no way to click through it. So if you tell me that I can't, but on my screen I have to. I mean, what do you mean?
There's 2 modes you can do the Hollow Zero shit in. There's like the Elusive Realm version, which doesn't have the fucking TVs, and then there's the old version, which still has the fucking TVs. They both have separate level up reward tracks, and so if you want all the rewards in the fucking game, you still have to do the fucking TVs.
Yes, that's my point. So a new player or a player that's returning is still going to have to do all the TV shit that you guys already went through the hell for.
Well, okay. I don't think they have to do all the TV shit because a lot of
if you want the polychromes and stuff.
Oh, no, what I'm saying. Okay, so just to clarify, just for context of chat, because if somebody here you have to do all the TV shit, I think people would assume that means that there were no TVs taken out pre-existing, but they did retroactively remove most of the TVs, just not all of them. That's super.
You want to know how to unlock?
Within 48 hours of playing the game, the only content that I had left over was TV-oriented content. Okay, I did everything through 1.3. I got through all the stuff, and the only stuff I had left over to do was probably about 5 to some chat was telling me somewhere between 5 to 15 hours of TV content, depending on if I skipped it or not. That was what I was told based on like what I showed. Okay. So I don't know how true that is, but when I tried to like click any individual one, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this so long?
So are you saying the ZZ devs were just straight up lying about what they said they were doing?
No, I'm saying that there are a lot of things that are removed for endgame players or people who have been continuously playing. But when I picked it up and I had to get this polychrome, there's a lot of shit that has TV still.
Yeah, like side quests and stuff.
Yeah, I guess
all the side quests for like polychrome for like hard grindy primos, it's still there.
Yeah, I have no way to verify that because I already beat all that shit. I was just trusting.
Yeah, exactly.
The devs. I was just trusting the devs because they're like, "Oh, TV's bad. We replaced him with Fall Guys. Look at this bang boo."
I just saw this in chat. Sounds like a tourism problem. Absolutely. That's why you should be worried.
No, 100%. Like, it's the same thing with Wuthering Waves. Like,
So someone who's coming back has this problem.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if that's still a thing, they need to remove all that shit. And same thing with Wuthering Waves. They need to fix the fucking first 3 chapters because they're dog shit.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like a person that comes back also still has this wave of there's still TVs. What the fuck you mean? Yeah. So like I understand what you're saying. You're correct for the new stuff. Then I'm like, oh yeah, all the new stories doesn't have story. Oh, that's nice. But then when I finish it all, I'm like, the only thing I've left is all this TV wall. I'm like, can you guys just take this shit out, please, and just give us like the polychrome for doing it? Like, I don't want to do this TV shit. That's the reason I quit.
Yeah, chat 100% acknowledge that the tourist issues are the biggest issues. Because if people are already residents and they're living there, well, it doesn't really matter as much. You need new players for the longevity of a game's lifespan. So it is.
I think what your chat, or I think what the chats might not realize is that tourists actually make up a majority of players in the fucking game.
Yeah,
like if you're no life in the game and you're playing it every day, it's so different than when you come back. Like my experience on the account is like I don't want to do this TV wall. It's not fun, and I don't want to start doing the TV stuff. If you guys like the TV, that's cool. But like, I like as a person that quit for the TVs, it's not gone for me, but it's gone for the newer stuff.
Yep, I agree. Okay, we wrapped all that shit up. Is there anything else that y'all want to talk about that we didn't already talk about? Chat, is there anything that y'all wanted to talk about that we did not talk about yet? Because it's feeling Like,
Both?
we've locked this shit down. Seems good. Do you hate Genshin players? No. I like Genshin players. I just don't like people who enjoy Paimon. Okay.
Oh yeah, last thing on Zenless Lure. I like 1.4 and I'm still playing it because it's still good.
Okay.
But I'm not doing the TV shit, so fuck that.
Who's pulling Rosha?
I want to talk
Man.
about racism
I will.
again.
Okay. What do you want to say? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so
He's gonna say it.
We're in.
Ellie, what is your favorite race?
Oh my god.
The Kentucky Derby.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Oh.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
We should all go around the room and tell each other what our favorite races are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
like to talk to friends.
My favorite race?
well, before we kill that joke anymore, like Gateoo killed his career, let's get on out of here. Itomo, everybody, all you guys, thank you for being here. This was great. We went way over. This was supposed to be an hour and a half. We went 3 hours because we were just having so much fun.
Did we really?
Yes. Ellie, I am so sorry for keeping you this long. I hope I didn't ruin your stream, but we appreciate you being here.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. This was great. Chat, you were great. Everybody who's here, dope. If you want to do anything with me, just hit me up. And I'll see y'all fuckers later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Boys, if you liked that shit, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications. The only motherfucking Gacha streamer who is uniting the community. And leave a comment on who you want to see in here next. I invited Regslent and Gateoo. They both declined. I did try. I really did try. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.